To the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm RJ.
And Cameron again.
And we're sitting here at Cameron's lovely house in the desert.
Yep. In
Down
the man
here
cave.
at old Copper.
In the man cave.
Man cave. Look at this TV. I'm looking at this thing. You got this. Now, how big is the Sony sitting right here?
That is a 57-inch Sony DLP screen.
It's just sitting in your back row.
Made in 2002.
And these are like the original HD ones.
The reason why I got that was because before that, all I had was my 32-inch Vizio. So when I got the offer for that TV for $300, I was just like, fucking deal, I'm gonna take that, no problem. So I rolled with that TV for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half or so. And I saved up, and I finally went out on that TV that's out in my living room, that 60-inch Sharp LED screen. Like, ever since then, I just have no use for this. You know, like, I have nowhere else to put it, really.
Do you have a bedroom TV?
Yeah, my 32-inch.
Oh,
32 is perfect for the bedroom. But 57 is kind of like, oh, man, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could...
The only downfall of these TVs is for how large they are still.
Yeah.
It's for the pain in the ass.
I mean, shit, dude, that thing's got to be a foot and a half, at least 2 feet, like, deep, you know? Have you ever seen the inside of those either?
Yep, I have.
It's crazy. Have you seen the inside of that, RJ?
Negative.
Oh. There's pretty much like, at the very base, there's a couple bulbs that like project off a mirror that shines onto the screen. It's like, I don't know, dude. It's crazy the way that works.
Yeah.
But
I have a 59-inch projection TV. Fucking motherboard went out though.
oh god.
So now it just sits there like a dead carcass in your house.
Well, I can fix it. It's like $500 though. I was like,
Or you get another TV for $500.
God damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was looking into
how
updating.
what it was.
You can update chips on these to like give them a clearer picture, because this picture on this it's stock, you know, it's from 2002, so it's a little bit fuzzy, so it's hard to like.
Is it 480 or 720?
720.
Okay.
Yeah, mine wasn't.
So it's a little small or it's still a little large for being a 720,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you can, like I said, you can update the chips and you can make it to where it's a little bit more crisp, and that cost me about $80 to do.
80?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still more price. Unless you just got it for free and that was all your investment. But.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'll use it in my new house whenever I move into my mom's.
Well, if you got an extra bedroom, it makes for a nice guest bedroom. Because, you know, it's kind of cool when you go to somebody's house, like, oh, yeah, by the way, you get a 57-inch TV in your room.
No shit. And a bed.
Yeah, and a bed. It's like, oh, God, you know, I thought I was going to get the room that has no TV. That's like the worst.
And a pillow and a blanket, hopefully.
Is it difficult for you guys to fall asleep without TV?
Yeah, actually. Surprisingly.
There's that line in Beavis and Butthead to America where he's like, I can't sleep without TV. Like, when I always like, that's me, man. I fucking, like whenever I went camping and I didn't have like a fucking Game Boy or something like that, it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, I'm gonna go run 6 miles really quickly, you know, and then hopefully after 2 hours of a rest, I'll finally be tired.
Yeah. It's hard for me to go anywhere without some kind of screen in front of my face, too. I don't know what it is about that addiction to having something in front of you to where, like, okay, at least I can access the internet, or I can play video games, or I can look at something.
I'm a fucking nerd, bro.
You know, I was thinking, you know, because sometimes, you know, you look at your phone and you stop for a second. You get this, like, kind of like 7-year-old boy comes out and you're going like, you know, this is the most amazing fucking thing ever. Not only can I go on the internet, I can watch videos, I can play games, I can read books, I can read comics, I can, you know, look up anything I want. And I go back to like my 7-year-old self, and I just remember being a kid at that point and being there. I remember in Boy Scouts once, and we're in the back of this van because we had to, you know, drive 2 hours away to go fucking camping. You know, no Game Boy. But I remember the coolest thing ever was that, like, in this van, they had a TV hooked up, probably like a 12-inch TV, and there was a VCR, and we could watch Return of the Jedi on our way there.
Yeah.
And that was the coolest fucking thing in the world. And I remember when they made the portable DVD player, that was an amazing thing. It was just like, oh my God. Because you're like, dude, because, you know, that was the one thing about road trips. You're always kind of like, you know, I mean, I like looking outside, don't get me wrong, but if you're going for like 12 hours, it's like, there's only so much you can do looking outside.
Nowadays, dude, a portable DVD player is easy access, dude. Back when they first came out, dude, of course, Adam
Yeah,
was the only one to fucking have one.
I know, but we were grateful he had that.
I don't know shit.
And I remember that was the coolest thing in the entire world. I was like, dude, you watch a movie and next thing you know, you've gone 2 hours. It's like, this is great. You know, I feel like I'm getting 2 things done.
It's
when you're not driving, it's just not nearly.
It's like every fucking car I look into, dude. There's a fucking kids watching TV and shit, dude. In their parents' car. It's like,
I'm always a little
God,
pissed
I
at my
wish I
fuck
would have
that
had
kid.
that, dude.
I didn't have that. I still don't even have that.
That's what I feel past as a time because well, not lately, not within the last few years, but when I was way younger, I used to fly a lot, you know? So, like, when you have a flight that'll take you, I mean, like, from me to my father's, like, with stops and everything,
and where's he living
9
at?
hours, man. Close to Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So he's the East Coast, like, way on
So
the
you
other
got
side.
a flight ahead of you.
So, okay, so get this. So my stepmom, one time, she sets up this flight plan for me. I leave from SMF up there in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
I fly from Sacramento. I go backwards. I go to San Francisco. San Francisco all the way to Denver. Denver down to Dallas. Dallas to Chicago O'Hare. And then from Chicago to New York. And then New York to Virginia. Like, in Richmond. That flight took me like 14 hours, dude.
At
Like,
least you got stops, bro. I got 14 hours one way to the Philippines.
at least it's
No
a one way,
stops.
though, man. At least it's one way.
Dude, it is the fucking worst, longest 14 hours in a fucking plane seat, dude. I was praying that all of a sudden we would have some sort of layover somewhere for a few hours, dude. I was like, I need to get out of this fucking plane, dude.
I would just,
I
it's-
watched-
You're afraid of an outbreak.
But dude, after like, you know, I watched like Red 2, dude, which is a badass fucking movie, dude, or the first one, and then, dude, but dude, it's like, after like a couple movies, you're like, what the fuck? I'm not there yet?
only 4 hours into this.
I've watched every good movie on here, and I've only watched 2 of them.
Yeah, the rest of them suck. And then you're like, you go about an hour and you're like, fuck, I'm gonna watch all those ones too.
No, exactly, dude.
So, I mean, like, you get to, I mean, that's cool that you've flown international. I've never personally done that before. But,
It's just cramped, dude.
I mean, like,
It's long.
here in a month, I'm going to Austin, Texas for that RTX event. And I have a one-way flight on my first day that I take off to go to Austin. It's a 3-hour, 45-minute flight, something like that. My flight back, in order to like stay within my funds, I had to book this flight where we leave Austin at like 6:45. We go to LAX
Right night.
at night. So we go to LAX. We land in LAX in Los Angeles. Probably, I mean, with the time difference and everything, it's got to be like 8 o'clock or whatever because it's about 2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah, it's 2 hours to Texas.
So from there, and then we land in San Francisco at 12:04 a.m. And like at that point, it's like the BART's shut down there, so you
Well, yeah,
can't
because the
ride
bar
the
closes so fucking early.
I think it stops at 12, like or at least close to that, 12:30 or something. But there's no way that I can make it from San Francisco all the way to Pleasanton. Like that was my initial plan, was to park my car at Pleasanton, ride the BART to the airport, fly out, come back, you know, and then go back to my car. There's no way I can do that, so now I'm like forced to buy a hotel, and it's like fuck, dude, that's another like $140 I don't have.
Didn't want to spend.
Dude, time difference trips me the fuck out, dude.
Oh.
I like left the Philippines and got back 3 hours before I left.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Because they're like 15 hours ahead or whatever.
I mean, even going to the East Coast is like that, man. You've like me, for example. When I fly to go see my dad, I usually stay a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at the most. I figure if you're going from, and this is, you know, like, I mean, you're flying out to the Philippines, so you're like either a day ahead or a day behind, you know,
Yeah,
like, and
exactly.
that's trippy on its own. But even being 3 hours ahead on the East Coast, I'm falling asleep every time I go out there because I'm so used to California time. Every time I go out there, I fall asleep 3 hours like later than I normally do. So like if it's 10 o'clock in California, I'm like 1 o'clock, you know, in Virginia, and then you stay about a week and your body starts getting used to that. So like all of a sudden you're falling asleep at 10 o'clock over there, but by the time you get back to California, you're going to bed at like 6, 7 o'clock, and everyone's like, "What the fuck's the matter with you?"
It's 10 o'clock. Strangely enough, when I went out to Nashville, even though I know that's not as far East Coast, and it's only a 2 hour difference, strangely, it's like you gotta go one more state over, but you're fucking at the coast by that point, just about, for it to go that third hour, but I got used to that really quickly. Except for the fact that we drove, so that might be different.
Now imagine a world where time zones didn't exist. Everybody's on the same exact time. So our 6 o'clock here, afternoon time, you know, is like starting to get mildly dark outside. It's like somebody's morning on the other side of the world.
Yeah, people are just used to it. It's not like anybody thinks of it. It's just like wherever you were born, that's how you know time. That'd be weird just getting used to things if you went to another place.
Serious. You think about, oh man, that would trip me out. Like 7 p.m. it's just getting light out. You know? And one of my weirdest experiences actually was going up north towards Alaska. I spent 2 weeks in Alaska, and it stayed light from about 3 o'clock in the morning all the way until 11 p.m. at night, and then it was like dark for like 5 hours. Like
so that's the perfect time to be there, not like when it's all dark the whole
fucking
time.
ballers in Alaska have those houses where they hit the button, dude, and it closes all the fucking shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
It makes their whole house dark.
Fucking dark. But yeah, that was really hard to get used to.
I
Especially
feel like you
in
get really
California.
productive days though. It's like 5
I know
hours.
your
at night
day's
time.
like, dude,
You got
holy
this humongous
shit.
day to get things done.
It's like
This,
a 20-hour day.
This town that I went to out there is off Kodiak Island. I can't remember the specific name of the town on Kodiak, but this place is so remote that people don't own cars, like, at all. They have motorcycles and they have ATVs, and that's it, dude. And I got to this town where my grandfather's friend, he used to be like an ex police detective with him down in Burbank, California. He moved up there when he retired. So by the time, you know, we got up there, it's so strange going from even a place like Sonora where everybody fucking drives like a, you know, SUV or a truck or whatever, to
So
going to
big
this
and
place
stupid.
where there's no market, there's nothing, dude. There's literally nothing in this place.
Well, you got the lake to go fishing in, you got the berry patch to go pick from.
Everybody hunts, everybody fishes up there. And that's how they stay alive. Like, they don't particularly work because they don't need money, really. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I kind of like that. I like that concept.
yeah.
Even though they say that technically for like you need like a 5-mile radius for everybody that hunts, or else population goes down.
You get some crazy stuff going on up in Alaska too.
People.
Yeah.
Start hunting your neighbors and shit.
God damn.
Well, then you just kill your neighbors. Like if I kill my neighbors, it gives me an extra 5 miles.
It was cool though, man. When we were up there, we took some float planes, and we were landing on lakes, and we were taking off from lakes and everything. And we got to circle a couple mountains, and they have those Kodiak grizzly bears up there or whatever, and like we saw those fucking bears hanging out on the rivers as we're like flying over.
Yeah,
Those
fishing
fish
and everything.
So fucking big, dude. They get to like fucking 1,000 pounds,
I know.
1,500, 2,000 pounds. Oh my fucking god.
It's like I think I was telling you about when we were out deep sea fishing. We were fishing for halibut, and during the course of all that, we were sitting there floating on the water, and I had my back turned to this noise that I heard that came up, and it was just like a noise. And I turn around and I see all this water spraying up in the air, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I like wait for it a little bit longer. I'm staring out at the ocean. All of a sudden, this fucking humpback whale, or like whatever it was some kind of whale, just like was preaching, just back under. And that was like, 40 yards from the boat. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Alaska's, I wouldn't recommend living there per se, but like if you can afford to get up there and
It's
do
worth the
what
trip.
those guys do, fuck man. My very first encounter with the bald eagle. I've grown up in the United States, you're always always taught about the bald eagle being.
You never seen a bald eagle here before?
No.
Every time I go to Maloney's, I see a couple of them.
Really?
Yeah.
My very first experience with bald eagle, I'm in Kodiak. We go to Juneau, and then from there we fly to Kodiak, and we're on a float plane. Like I said, we get out in this fucking truck, meet up with this guy Al, driving down a fucking highway, and the very first time I saw a bald eagle, it dives down. It's on the right hand side of the road. It dives down directly in front of the car, and you hear this thud.
It's just like you killed America.
And like the guy just kept driving. This guy Al just keeps fucking driving. We get to his house, and then we get out, and I'm just looking at the front grill, dude, and there's just a bald eagle just smashed into this front fucking grill. I'm like 13 years old. Like I have no idea what the fuck. But it was cool, man. I mean, we got to go out shooting. We got to do all kinds of stuff, like AR-15s and stuff up there, and just. It's so remote that nobody cares.
No, and that's what everybody else does anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's way different style of life.
Yeah.
Dumbass bird.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, for our like main national figure to just first time I've ever seen it, just killing one. Like,
Yeah, no offense to America or anything like that.
I don't know, man.
Committing suicide, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he had disease.
He's like, I can't go on anymore.
What?
So have either of
Careful
you,
there.
has
My
anyone
chair just
ever,
cut out the back.
have either of you ever dipped south into Mexico? Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico.
Okay. Have you
You
ever
say
been
dip
to-
south, I didn't know south you were talking about. I was like,
Whereabouts in Mexico did you go?
I went to Puerto Escondido. I've been to Puerto Angel, which is like, you go to the south. Yeah, it's funny. It's called Puerto Angel. And it's like, what it means is like Spanish though. It's like the port of the angel. But like in the US, when you say it, you're like, dude, Puerto Angel.
That's fucking metal.
And they're kind of like on the bottom and to the right side, like the Gulf.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Acapulco's kind of near there. We had to take like a fucking 6-hour bus ride.
Are these like touristy type places?
Not really. They're all pretty. I mean, like, they're set up for like a tourist, but they feel sort of like almost like a Twain Hard on like the ocean without kind of like the
Okay.
San Francisco
Okay.
ness. Like, you go down there, really the only white people there are like Canadians that have moved down there. And that was kind of the weird thing. It's like, yeah, you never saw Americans, but you would see a Canadian guy. Like, they would move down there and be like, fuck, cold, I'm going down there, it's gonna be hot, I'm gonna set up a restaurant. You know? It was so weird. There's a bunch of them down there. But yeah, it wasn't really, I mean, like, they had hotels and stuff, and people came, but they were, most of the people that were there were from Mexico anyways. It wasn't like an American touristy spot.
Right.
But it was pretty cool.
That's
And the Puerto Angel one was really neat because it was a tiny, tiny town. And they would literally drive their boats like up onto the beach.
Really?
And that's where they parked, just like slide up onto the sand. It was pretty sweet looking.
God, dude, I gotta get out of this country because like I have friends.
That's the most I went to, other than Hawaii. Hawaii, it's still in America, but you do kind of feel like you went to a different country.
You're fucking. How far is that? That's gotta be like
5-hour flight, but it's pretty far.
5-hour flight. That's gonna be like 1,700 miles, something like that.
I don't know.
Jesus, man, that's what the fuck out there.
Hawaii was pretty sweet, though. I will say that. It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, I have friends in the UK that really want me to go join. Go over there, visit them. I got friends in India and Germany, and one in Russia that really wants me to go.
I'd love to go to Russia.
Honestly, dude,
I
like
want to go to the UK, dude.
the one
I'd like to
place-
go to the UK, too.
The one place I like really want to go is fucking Australia. Like I've always wanted to go to Australia. I don't know what it is about that country, but I don't know. I want to go see the oceans. I want to go surfing. I want to go
It'd be
see
pretty
all that
sweet.
shit.
I always think Mad Max. That's what I... That's like my view of Australia. That and Crocodile Dundee.
Right.
Really, if I could go anywhere, if I could just pick my like dream trip or whatever you want to call it, then I think the first place I'd go to is Japan.
Yeah.
I've always had that kind of like, if I could be anywhere, go to Japan. I think that's due to a lifestyle growing up in the 90s of like copious amounts of Japanese entertainment thrown at you. From video games, the manga, the anime,
I think the only problem
video
that I
movies,
have with
martial arts
Japan,
movies, and so on.
To be perfectly honest, I just want to go somewhere where I can understand what they're saying. Dude, I don't want to go somewhere and be super fucking confused the whole
See,
time.
at least
End up in a hostel, and the next thing you know, I'm dead.
So how?
I see you fucking sitting in a chair and some rich tourist guy's paying to like cut you up.
dude. Like, fuck.
So how was it in the Philippines then? Is it are there English speakers out there or?
No, not really.
Okay. But I mean, it's your family though, right?
Yeah,
And you
I mean,
kinda
like,
understand-
they understand some English.
Do you know the language like?
Tagalog?
Yeah. No.
I mean, I know a little bit, but dude, it's a hard fucking language. Like, dude, written out, dude, like they have words like NG, like that's a word.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. They use that in the language, dude, and you're just like, you read that on paper, like NG. Nigga? Like, I don't want to say that.
I don't want to offend somebody.
Oh, shit.
You look around, left, right, like, oh, okay, there's no black guys here. Hopefully I won't accidentally add an A to it.
One of the weirdest things I think I'd ever heard was when I was down in LA. I'm at LAX and I'm flying out. And I go to the McDonald's that's in the airport down there, and I'm standing in line, and there's this Chinese man in front of me, and I don't know if he was speaking Mandarin or what's the other language?
Chinese?
I don't think it's Chinese. There's two different languages there. There's Mandarin and then there's something.
Well, Mandarin, I want to say Chinese. Chinese is the main one. Then Mandarin's like the other section of China. I'm not an expert on this, but I just know there's two.
Well, the
I don't know. I don't even know how different they are. Are they really like that different, or are they kind of like similar? Are they sort of like an English and a UK and an Australian where there's like slight different meanings of words, but it's not really that different?
It might be. But from what I could gather out of this guy, I had no idea what the fuck he was saying. He was trying to order something. But the only thing that I got out of it is, in English, we say, when we're thinking about something, and we don't quite know. This Chinese man kept saying, nigga, nigga. What the fuck? And he's the blah, 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 nigga. I was cracking up. I have no idea what I'm assuming that's what that means.
Dude, you know what the thing is, dude, is a lot of those foreign countries, dude, they understand English a lot better than they can speak it.
Yeah.
So it's like they understand everything you're saying, dude. So it's like if they point you in the wrong direction, they did it on purpose. I can almost guarantee it.
See, that's where I think if you went to Japan, even though it'd be cool to go something really remote, if you're kind of like in the main areas, they mostly all speak English there. It's like a second language. You know, I mean, you look at Japan, like pick up a video game box from there, and it's like, well, fucking half of it's in English anyways. Mm-hmm. It's more like it's like it's the fine print's not in English. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but
I don't know.
I wonder if Spain's second language is English, dude. I think they owe us that since our second language is Spanish.
Well, yeah, even though Spain, they just kind of went out and fucking left all this language everywhere and then fucking
maybe
shipped back.
Well, maybe in California. I think our particular region of the United States, Spanish is the second language. But for a majority of the world, I think Chinese is creeping up there to the point to where that is one of the
Does it go by like region where like Florida, the second language is Cuban?
Well,
Cuban
is Spanish.
It's
a variation though. They all kind of, kind of just like
Australian. I'm pushing on my heritage, George. I don't like that, dude. No.
Well, it's like when I was in the South, like for the longest time I didn't see a Mexican. Like he just wasn't there. I eventually learned that they were in their own little communities, but they weren't like integrated with the rest. It was mostly just straight up as white as you can get people and as black as you can get people. There was nothing in between.
Right.
It's either rednecks or gangsters, dude.
Yeah, it was like that. And the weird thing too was like, there was like, you could see the segregation there though. Like it was like the unspoken segregated thing. Because you would see, well, here's a black neighborhood, here's a white neighborhood. Why don't they really mingle? So I felt as being like the California man, like everybody knew you were from California, so the black guy's like, well, he's from California, he's got to be at least pretty friendly. So we went to this wrestling match at one point, and it was like the whitest trash thing in the world. I mean, like, there was 600-pound people like coming in on wheelchairs, fucking sitting down. Like, I mean, like, you think you see a bad like white person up here in California sometimes. Like, you go to the South, though, you see people just like they're just so sorry looking. Like, it's like this is bringing down our race, if anything. Yep. And then I remember there was about 3 black guys that came in with like their kids. They looked left, looked right, they saw us, they're like, there's 2 guys with long hair up there. They walked up and sat down. They're like, these guys must be from California, they must seem like.
Oh my god.
But I mean, yeah, you just get like, and missing half their teeth and everything.
Damn, thank God the North won, dude.
Oh, yeah, shit, bro.
I'll give you 2 really good examples of what it means to be where we're at right now, that are part of our world, being in California. Okay, one within our regions of being the United States. I go out to Richmond, Virginia, where my dad lives, and he starts introducing me to a lot of his East Coast friends. Mm-hmm. East Coast people...
They're not like you and me.
No, when you
got a different smell about it.
When you talk to an East Coast person,
East Coast person,
they are, dude. They're so much different than West Coast. So I go out there. A lot of these people are asking me, "Where are you from?" That's like one of the first questions I get asked by a lot of fucking people out there. Where are you from? And
you know what I get? Nobody ever asks that. They just go, "You must be from California." I can smell it. Like, I never was questioned. It was like they knew. They didn't even have... There's no fucking 20 questions about it. They knew right away.
They pretty much know. Every time that somebody asked me that question, I'd say California, and their eyes would light up, and they go, "You must live on the beach." And for us living up here in the foothills, you
must live on the beach and fuck your buddies.
It's like everyone there thinks that you're from the beach, You own a mansion.
You live in traffic.
You're on TV, and yeah, exactly. You're in traffic. Now, spread that out to my global friends. You know, UK, Germany, fucking all over the place, India. These guys, the only thing that they know about California, United States, is their weed. It's literally that, dude.
Fucking perfect.
These guys are
So
just
that's
like,
outbeat movies in
holy
Yosemite
shit.
is what you're saying.
Well, they say, holy shit, you live in California, right? And I go, yes. And they go, where all the main plants grow? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like,
That's a little bit more know it, but yeah, I guess close.
So, one of the best examples of that is I had this friend called Laskin, and he lives
What was
in
his
India. Lassikin?
Lassikin.
He lives in India. And I used to Skype with this kid a lot, and the only reason why I know him is because of my buddy Mike Mulligan. But he comes to California. We meet him in San Francisco. And for us to be walking down the street, you know, just like checking shit out, and then Mike Mulligan pulls out a blunt, lights it, and starts walking down the street and smoking it. And this kid Laskin is just looking at him with wide eyes, just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Mike passes the blunt to me, I take a couple hits, you know, and I pass it to Laskin, and he just his fucking face went from like regular to flush, dude, just completely white, like paranoid out of his fucking
Oh my
mind.
god, I'm gonna get the death penalty.
That's exactly it. And then the best part is that right after we finally smoke it, I take a picture of him smoking weed on the fucking street. He walks down to, we go down to the pier area, and I buy him In-N-Out. And over there, they don't eat fucking beef, you know, like cows are sacred to them.
Oh, yeah.
So he comes over here, I buy him a double animal style fries, fucking milkshake, and a drink. And he is just the happiest looking person I've ever seen in my
Are
entire
you serious, dude?
life.
It's like Indian people come to Taco Bell, dude, and they're highly offended when we put beef on their stuff, dude. Like,
Really?
dude, this last couple people,
Indian,
they were so
rephrase
mad
that.
the other day.
Indian people come to Sonora?
Yeah, dude.
You know, sorry, that's a little bit mind-blowing.
Dude,
When me and RJ were growing up, we lived in a world where, well, we lived in a town where there wasn't even black people.
Yeah.
So, like,
See,
it throws me off.
You guys were way up on the east side of town. I was over here on the west side of town. I was in Columbia the entire time. So, like, I kind of know where you guys come from. Like, there's a section of Sonora where it just splits in between east and west side. I don't know what it is, but, like...
dude.
Well, we're just in good old Tuolumne. That was like the section. Tuolumne, Twain Harte region.
My view of East Siders, quote unquote, was like.
Yeah, I didn't know they call us East Siders. What? This is all new to me.
What the hell, bro?
we never called you
The hell,
guys
dude?
Westerners.
Every time
going
I would pass that border into the East
Yeah,
Side.
The border? What the hell?
I don't know.
What, did you have to like cross the Tuolumne Grand to get here or something?
Taking ferries and shit, dude. Fuck.
Alright, well, you guys must have a way different view on it. You two are different, though. Okay, here's my view of
We are different. Clearly, we are different. We have no idea what's going on.
Dude.
quote unquote East Siders to the Westerners, if you're gonna call us that. Was
Yeah.
straight
Westerners.
fucking wanksters, dude. And exactly where you guys live, Pondo Hills, dude. Every fucking party I ever heard of that's going on in Pondo Hills was just like that fucking wankster group of kids going out there drinking, fucking doing all those
That's the
stuff.
Pondo group. That's Patrick. That's Steven Stout.
Yeah, I was saying, I know exactly who you're talking
I guess
about.
I was a part of that group, but I wasn't a wankster.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I was the metalhead that hung out with the
But
gangsters.
us, you know, you guys used
See, I
to
always
go-
say like our house and Pat's house. I refer to our house
Pat
as
was
one.
even Pat wasn't even really a gangster.
No, that's what I
He
mean.
just
though.
kind of dressed, you know, like.
And then
like,
Jesse,
he
so I don't
built
think of
hat,
Tap
you know.
out fucking clothes.
I don't know, dude. He just kind of fit the persona.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
he was from
Turlock.
Turlock, yeah.
I mean, you guys
I was gonna say-
partied up on Pondo, and we were miles away on the other side of the fucking canyon over there off Big Hill, you know?
Oh,
Yankee
Mount
Hill,
Elizabeth?
all that shit. Yeah.
Stay out of our territory, bro.
But yeah, dude, we wouldn't dip over there, and
Yeah,
every
sure.
time that these kids dipped over into the west side, they get fucking beat up, dude.
That's right. Well, remember there was that time period, like I never got to see any of this. I always heard these stories third person, but there was like, I know at the tail end of our high school, there was like the emos versus like the rednecks. And then like they would end up doing shit to each other, or they technically weren't emos, but like all the kind of like the Well, you could say emo, metalcore, like that whole like section of group of music.
For me, metal.
Scene kids, yeah. You know, pretty much all that, and I remember just like shit would happen, like, you know, somebody would get beat up, the next thing you know, somebody's tires would get slashed, and it'd just go back and forth and back and forth.
All I remember is hucking milk over at the seniors for making fun of us metalheads, dude.
You see, that's
And then the other metalheads, like our rival metalhead group, like then teamed up with us to help us huck milk at the seniors because we were all fucking metalheads.
Yeah, well, you realize that when things go down, metal comes together.
Exactly.
And that's how it was, because I wasn't so much in the metal group in Sonora High School, but I was like hanging out with the punk kids a lot.
Yeah, we didn't have
every fucking punk show.
It's Somerville.
They kind of hung out a little bit further away, but
Dude, every fucking show that I ever went to that was a punk show, the rednecks would show up, and I don't know why they never learned their goddamn lesson, but every fucking time they showed up to one of those shows, calling us faggots and whatever else, we would all grab our little sluggers, go out there, beat the fuck out of them and their fucking cars, like all the fucking time, and they, you know, they'd leave all bloodied and shit, and then they come back the fucking next night.
It's probably because it made him come. They got really into it.
dude, one time
They're just like, I love when a punky beats me.
we were at this party after this Mount Zion metal show, dude. And all of a sudden, dude, these rednecks come rolling up, dude, cranking country music, dude. So sure enough, dude,
Just
we
look
get
at his
Tom's
faggy as
party.
could be.
Boom, jaw for our cowboy and 2 minute machine as loud as we can fucking
Yeah.
get it, dude. Drove them the fuck out of there. Unfortunately, they slashed Tom's tires before they left.
Assholes, dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
fucking bastards, dude.
They think they can get away with anything up here, man.
Yeah.
And I still see it to today. When I went to the frog jumps over here a couple weekends ago, dude, it was retarded how many rednecks there are in Calaveras County. I'm sitting there on the hill. They're having the destruction derby starting to get set up. And during that whole time, they're trying to entertain the fans with four-wheelers, you know, like big ass Broncos and all kinds of. One of the funniest things I think I heard all night was the announcer go, "Hey, any Ford fans out there?" And all of a sudden you just kind of like hear just a couple people like, "Woo!" You know, it's like kind of quiet. Any Chevy fans out there? The whole dude, I'm sitting on this hill of like thousands of people. Woo! Fucking British Chevy, goddamn! Like,
Oh my lord,
dying,
dude.
dude.
Stereotype
I
is
was dying.
unbelievable, dude. But
Well,
I mean,
it's
don't
not
get me wrong, I like Chevys. I mean, for Christ's sake, the
I don't give
Corvette's
a
like my
fuck,
favorite
dude.
car.
If it has an
Yeah, we
engine,
know.
a steering wheel, four wheels, and get me from point A to point B, I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, just get me there. I don't know what this whole...
you gotta think what parts are easier to get, dude. Do you want to try to get parts shipped from
Honda.
Japan or
Honda, bro.
Europe? I mean, Japan's not so hard, but
Yeah.
European parts are shitty to get. They're
Oh,
expensive
yeah.
as fuck.
If you got a BMW or anything like that.
Exactly, dude. Like, Japanese cars and American cars aren't that bad. Plus, American cars, for the most part, you can work on them at home.
You know what's the funniest thing that I learned about in auto shop? About quote-unquote American cars? About 85-90% of parts that come on those American cars are made in other countries.
Oh, I know.
It's like, and then they just slap a label on it, it's like, American.
Well, I mean, why?
I want to say the only Chevy car that's really made in America is a Corvette, but I don't know.
Toyota is more American than it is.
Well, I know that's why like Toyotas. I'm like,
Shit, why would we pay people $8 an hour over here to help make our fucking?
Oh, no doubt, no
car?
doubt. The business model of that makes complete fucking sense.
We own that building. We own those people, as far as I'm concerned.
slavery never stopped.
Yeah, I know,
It's a
dude.
fucking day.
So it's like
It's fucked
I don't know,
up.
it's like
Capitalism is
slave
fucked up.
labor, kind of without slave labor.
But it's slave labor, but you don't. It's not called slave labor. They get away from it because we're still paying them something. As long as
We're
you're
paying
paying them a
them
couple
more than
pennies.
what they would make in their whole country.
Well,
working
you make
somewhere.
their fucking day every day. Holy shit! I just made $2 today in American dollar.
Yeah.
But
You
dude, $2 over there would go a long ass way. Possibly,
doubt.
you know?
No
So
doubt.
it's like, I guess
That's
it
why-
kind of balances out, but still, dude.
Well, that's
Still,
that's why
yeah.
I hate these.
For all we
fucking-
know, there's a bunch of 8-year-old kids down there making our car parts, dude.
Yeah, they probably are.
Down there
Making
with
our
whips.
car, making our fucking shoes.
That's why I hate these posts on Facebook. That's just like, this is how gas used to look back in the 1970s, like 40 cents or whatever.
Inflation.
Dude, shit, exactly. That's that business model. It's like shit inflates and the price of everything
like-
goes up over time, man.
Well,
It's
people
like,
kinda
yeah,
forget
bro,
that-
and candy bars were 2 pennies back then, for
Yeah.
Christ's sake. A comic book was a dime.
Yeah.
It made 25 cents an
Now
hour.
we're
Well,
comic
people
books
forget
are
that
$5.
actually gas was more expensive in the 50s than it is now.
Really?
Yeah, because by inflation, the gas of the 50s was more equivalent to about $7 a gallon.
Fuck.
So right now it's like I always look at gas and go $4 a gallon. It's a fucking bargain. We're not living in Europe, are we? Exactly.
Oh,
The thing is, dude, is a lot of people do get fooled, dude, by this whole, oh yeah, minimum wage is going up. It's like, dude, when minimum wage goes up, the cost of food and living is going to go up along with it. It's not just minimum wage. So it's like, it's going to even itself out whether you're at $8 or $10 an hour minimum wage. Like, it's all going to go up.
Most of these...
So let's drop minimum wage and everything will go down.
Why not make it the federal level, dude? I think at federal level right now is like $5.15.
Fuck it, let's just...
No, it's because I saw a poster of it not like a year ago. It's only 50 cents less in California. So it's like...
Really?
I think California's 8.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. So it's $7.50.
The shittiest thing about
It's
California is
$7.50.
sales tax, dude. You ask me, dude.
Well, no, here, I'll tell you this. In
Go to
Nashville,
Oregon.
when I was in Tennessee, there's no wage tax to speak of except for the little federal stuff. There's no property tax, once again, except for the federal. But the sales tax was like 12% and also on groceries.
Shit.
Like if you go to buy fucking produce and stuff, and next thing you know, you're paying tax on that.
I know, it's like
So it all kind of equals its way out.
dude, it's awesome. Oregon, you go $1.89. You're like, they're like $1.89. You're like, what?
Except for if you live in Oregon, though, you gotta pay a higher home tax.
Why does it visit?
Yeah, that's why you just fuck
visit.
It's ridiculous how much shit costs on the East Coast.
During the East Coast is like they have like the same shit as us over here, but it's called different shit. Like Carl's Jr.
Hardee's?
It's called like, yeah.
It's well, strange enough, I'll say this: the fucking Hardee's was the most unique thing in the South. I was so kind of bummed. I was expecting the South to be like a completely different world. And yeah, then I look at the top like, when really the biggest difference between fucking California and the South is that fucking Carl's Jr. is called Hardee's. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Exactly.
when I went to the East Coast, every fucking Carl's Jr. was called Hardee's out there.
Well, it seems like, isn't that more expensive because you got to make double everything? You know what I mean? You have to have double things for Hardee's and double things for Carl's Jr. Why don't you just convert that over
I
time?
don't understand it.
I don't know
Why
who's
don't
first.
just call it all
You know-
Carl's Jr.?
You know what was really weird? Going into, when I went to Oklahoma to go visit some family out there, going into literally any fucking fast food place you can think of, McDonald's, Taco Bell, fucking Hardee's, whatever, is out there. There is a smoking and non-smoking section in those places. That's
dude.
fucking
Well,
weird.
the Philippines was kind of like that too, actually, but
Really?
dude, they had like McDonald's and shit over
I bet that was the best shit ever.
Dude, yeah, dude. I mean, oh, dude, I had Pizza Hut in the Philippines and it was the worst fucking pizza. Like, do not trust Filipinos to cook your Italian food or your American food for that matter.
Well, I guess that is.
I guess I don't understand why you would go to the Philippines and America.
Yeah, that seems like a strange thing. I feel like if I go to the Philippines, I want to kind of...
I'll tell you why. It's because I'm fucking American, and I want everybody to fucking know it.
There was one thing, I think it was in Thailand, and it was like, if I ever went to Thailand, if this place was still there, I would so go to it. But there was a Hitler's chicken.
What?
This was about 6 months to maybe about a year ago. I heard that story. And I was like, oh my god. I'm like, I would go there just to go there. It's like, that's nothing saying like a Nazi thing. It's just like, I would have to see that. Are you kidding? If you name something that, you gotta go there. What are you talking?
It's weird that when you go to those places, dude, people know exactly what country you're from. Dude, I'm walking to the Philippines, dude, I don't even have to speak a word, dude. And they're like, hey, American! Hey, dude, there's these two guys.
Well, that's funny too, Christopher. You would blend in, you know what I mean? At least somewhat.
Dude, these two guys are standing in the water. Me and my brother are fucking walking, dude. And they're like right next to like underneath these docks, dude, standing just out from underneath it, dude. And we're like, hey, you two Americans, come here. And we're like, no. We're not gonna come down there with you in the water, and then you're gonna walk us into the docks and kidnap us or kill us or something.
Or rape us.
I know, dude. And
See,
dude,
like
they
if me and Cameron went there, I could see them going, hey, you American!
they don't take kindly to Americans, dude, really, dude. Especially like
We don't
the
take
Filipino
kindly to
gangsters,
you
dude.
Americans.
Like I think I was telling you, dude, I was walking around with my shirt off with the Grim Reaper and shit hanging out, dude. Dude, and the next thing I know, dude, there's these guys over at this other barbecue picnic table, dude, with these dark ass shades on, me mugging me, dude. I look over and there's one guy, dude, just standing there, arms across his chest, looking up, staring at me, dude. And I'm like, my mom's like, put back on your shirt. And I'm like, all right, fine. And I'm at the fucking beach. What the fuck?
Can't I go swim in peace?
I look over, dude, next thing I know, dude, there's three guys, dude, with dark ass fucking sunglasses, arms across their chest, just all staring at me, dude. I'm just
They just wanted to get you in a bukkake circle.
I'm like, bring it on, dude. I'm fucking American, dude. I'll fight like one, too. Fuck you.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm half American, half white, Caucasian.
Half American, half white. Half American, half white. Half American, half Philippine.
Yeah, I mean that's what I meant. I mean like I'm half Caucasian, half
Philippine.
Yeah. No, my heritage is really fucking strange because, I mean, if you're gonna break it down to like majority, like two, different cultures that are together, it's like Cuban Italian, and those are the two strangest types of people to fucking mix together.
I'm pretty much Irish, Dutch, Filipino, dude.
I know,
I've
Cameron.
got short temper.
When I first saw your last name, I was like, the fuck? And like, 'cause I was like, he was white. Why does he got this like Spanish last name going on?
Yeah. It's weird because I can't remember what language. I'm pretty sure it's Latin. But if you take my name, Cameron Paul Curbelo, literally translate to small crooked nose.
Well, thank goodness you got that.
That's harsh.
And my last name resembles so much. I can't remember what the Spanish word is for shrimp, but my last name is like so close to that. To a lot of people, Spanish call me shrimp all the fucking time. And it's like in America, that's a fucking insult. Goddamn, like out there, it's like you're the fucking feast of the family. God, I don't know, dude. It's fucking strange. Small crooked nose, man.
At least you don't got that crooked nose. That's always bad. I feel bad for people that got that.
I almost do now because I've broken my nose quite a few times. Like,
really?
I got this little bump right here that it's broken, resealed, and broken third time and resealed. And like now I don't know, dude. I just have this fat fucking bump right here on the nose.
Why is shrimp an insult? Shrimp is bomb.
I love shrimp.
I love it, dude. It's fucking good.
Really?
Deep fried, fuck, dude. I love shrimp cocktails.
Dude, I
fucking
can't-
hell.
I can't do the seafood, man.
Oh yeah, well I mean,
You
if
got
you don't
the-
like
you-
seafood,
which is
you don't
another
like
thing.
seafood.
Do you have the allergy, or do you like, or you just
I
don't
just
like it?
I would love. Okay, put it this way. I would love to like seafood. Like I would.
Then why were you doing deep sea fishing earlier in this conversation?
Because I can. Okay, here's what we did. We caught the halibut. We cut it up. We shipped it out to family all across the world.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, retracted that
I
story.
love fishing. I love catching fish and all that, dude. But something about fish, I don't know what it is about
Dude,
that.
fish is bomb.
I love
fucking
fish.
love it, dude. So good.
I wish
Deep
I
fried,
could, man.
Whatever.
I wish I could.
However you want to cook it, dude. I fucking love it, dude. Dude, I'm taking it back, dude. Next time someone calls me shrimp, I'm gonna be like, thank you.
Yeah. Fuck that. Bringing the name back. Bring it full circle.
Thank you.
Are you re-drinking?
You need anything else?
Give me something. I'm out of drink.
Want beer?
Sure.
RJ?
I still have my beer right here.
Do you know what what did you say?
I don't.
I've been watching like the Star Wars movies over again. I don't think I've watched those actually, and it's been years. I saw them so many times that like.
I have a confession to make, dude. I have never ever watched the Star Wars movies from episode 1 all the way to episode 6.
That's the same thing. I never did it before, and I just did that. Strangely enough, I watched the movies separately so many times. I've seen the original trilogy, like bunch of
Yeah,
times.
dude, exactly, dude. If like, if I watch the old ones, dude, I'll watch 4, 5, and 6, dude, and then it's like, a few months later, I'll watch 1, 2, and 3. And then it's like, for some reason, I split up the trilogies, dude. But I mean, I want to watch it 1 through 6.
Well, that's what I did. I just literally, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it from 1 and go to 6. I've never done it all the way through. And I watched it through, and I'll say that, I just always say number 2 is my least favorite one, but fuck, I love the hell out of it this time.
Dude, I love them all, really.
I really can't complain about really any of them. I mean, there's some minor stuff you can always say, just like,
dude,
episode 1. That's the only one that I have.
I didn't think episode
I love
1 was
episode
that
1.
bad,
It's great.
dude. Like, yeah, Jar Jar's a little bit irritating.
that's how I.
He's not that bad.
Yeah, he's not.
He is not as bad as
He's
everyone makes him out to be.
he's slightly annoying, but and I understand the whole point was that
Dude.
one, George Lucas wanted to say like, fuck it, let's put a full-on CG character. So there was that there, and he was going off. He was trying to be kind of like C-3PO, the comic relief.
Right.
And clearly not nearly as funny.
I mean, yeah, dude. Of course,
I mean,
he's gonna
wasn't
see
horrible.
3, dude. But I mean, dude, I can't imagine episode 1 without Jar Jar Binks.
No,
That's the thing.
I can't either.
It's like.
It's like it wouldn't be episode 1 if Jar Jar wasn't there.
And then
It
you
was
could
a
say.
key scene too. I mean, by
And
the
like-
time he meets Jar Jar and he goes down to the underground fucking
Yeah, dude.
underground palace,
Dude, that
and then
fish
they
chase
fight-
dude was fucking unbelievable.
and they fight
dude.
all the fucking clones.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the Gungans are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Disinculting maybe if you think Jar Jar's annoying, that's
plus-
one thing, but the rest of the Gungans are pretty cool.
Plus, then Jar Jar becomes, like a higher up next to,
We know he does.
Yeah.
And they become the Senate and whatnot.
Man.
What's
Yeah,
the
Padme.
main
Same
guy
super
for that race? All I remember really of that guy is that he just has that scene where he pulls the Nixon.
Boss ass.
Yeah, that's it.
But, it's like, I watched through all those movies and just like, I just had, obviously the old ones I've always did, but yeah, I just had a hell of a time with number 2. I was like, this is great. Because I used to think of it like, it had that cool scene in the beginning, and then the end was really cool. And, you could slightly say the center of the movie's a little slow, but whatever, fuck it, it's still good.
Yeah. Now, as awesome, dude, as 4, 5, and 6 is, I gotta ask, dude, was it at all, honestly, at all hard to go from 3
to 4?
Next thing you know, you're at 4, dude. From really good CG effects, dude, and all that shit. I mean, even with the respect you have for 4 and everything, dude.
Because the way that they're almost made good enough that they translate into it. Because it's kind of like in the first 3, they got kind of everything's kind of almost old timey. There's more honor, there's more justice throughout the galaxy. The Jedis are more skilled, and then as it moves into 4, 5, and 6, it's kind of everything's more run down. The Empire's taken over. It's kind of got a more conservative way of life. And then even the Jedis are kind of both Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're older, so you don't expect them to be jumping around each other. And even Darth Vader, he's now his own machine.
One bitch, and I can't remember if it's episode 2 or episode 3, but the one bitch that I had was when Yoda fights, what's his face? He's fucking...
Count Dooku?
Yeah.
No.
Are you talking about him fucking picking the cane up?
You're not allowed to bitch about that.
The motherfucker is so old, dude. How, I would have been, okay, wait. I would have been way more impressed if that motherfucker would have thrown his goddamn lightsaber and controlled it and fucking fought him like that. As opposed to him flipping around and you not being able to see them.
That's the crazy thing, dude. Yoda is so old, dude. Yeah, dude. Motherfucker, when it comes time for business, Yoda's all fucking business, bro, dude. He drops his cane and he's fucking having it, dude.
He's like a monk, man. He's saving this energy. He's fucking waiting for the right moment, that he can do that. It's fucking Yoda.
Granted, it was a cool scene.
No, dude, I mean, it's a great lightsaber battle. But I kind of get what you're saying, but dude, no. Yoda's just...
What, Yoda. Christopher Lee jumping around, it doesn't bother you, that 80-year-old man?
Oh, God, dude.
Dude, I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a shit what Yoda does. He will always be badass.
Yeah.
Alright, I love Yoda.
He looks the fucking X-Wing and everything.
Well, yeah, but I'll say the transition, though, it works very smoothly. It's because I think there's just enough years, not movie or real years, but movie years in between, because it's supposed to be 20 plus years or so.
Like you said, it makes sense too that it's later in time, everything's taken over and all that shit, dude. So even the picture and the quality and stuff, just kind of.
And it's because
fitting
in 4, 5, and 6, they got that kind of used future look. Everything's kind of old and run down. And the other ones, it's where everything's kind of new and brand new, and it's a decline in time.
Yeah.
So you look at Tatooine, and it's kind of it's really run down in episode 4.
So I haven't read anything about episode 7 whatsoever, and I'm kind of saving myself a little bit for it. But do you know anything about it?
They honestly haven't released
They
that
just
much.
they just released the characters. The cool thing though is in the last 2 months or so, they've released, or maybe in the last month, there's 2 other movies coming out that they're standalone Star Wars movies. And one's directed by the guy who just did Godzilla, and the other one's directed by a guy. I mean, at first I read it was the guy who did Fantastic Four. I'm like, the original one, but he's apparently directing the new Fantastic Four coming out. And they're supposed to come out, I think, in 2016, and then the next one's 17.
Isn't there gonna be I don't know? I thought I heard rumor of a Star Wars based Star Wars Battlefront based movie.
Huh.
But I don't know, dude. This is what I'm worried about, dude. As soon as Disney, whatever they did, bought Star Wars or whatever from George Lucas, dude, I was worried Star Wars was gonna become oversaturated as hell, dude. And that is what I'm worried about. Dude. That they're gonna start releasing, these standalones, dude, and then Episode 7.
Well, I'll say this:
these animateds and all that shit.
There's so many sweet Star Wars stories. If they just do the smart thing and pull from what is already out there, because for the last 30 years, people have been writing all these Star Wars books and comics.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you love to see a Shadows of the Empire movie?
Well, yeah, I mean, no, I get what you're saying.
Or what in the Knights of the Old Republic movie? I mean, these video games pulled from the books. Why don't we just go the next one?
What made Star Wars so good is that there's, only episodes 1 through 6, It's there's no Star Wars with this so-and-so name. There's no Star Wars this and Star Wars that. It's just episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and their respective names. But
what if it's... Because, you look at the Bond universe, and there's 24 movies or so. I'm gonna count the movies
Yeah,
that
but
they
I mean,
don't
like,
count.
with Bond, it's like they all follow like kind of the same story, just like 1 through 6. There is no
Yeah.
like James Bond with
Well, these
whatever,
standalone ones,
but-
what they're gonna be, it's just they're not necessarily gonna be connected. Like it's like you have to see the other ones. It's sort of like there's rumors going around that the new one coming out by from Godzilla, it's supposed to be like a Boba Fett movie.
I was
That's
just
what
about to
they're
say a Boba Fett movie.
because they said that the people who are supposed to be in it are like characters is Boba Fett, Han Solo, and Yoda. So that's what they're assuming this might be.
Dude, I'm so stoked that like some of the original cast, most of the original cast is coming back. I think
In number 7?
So especially Harrison Ford, dude.
Badass.
Like, shit, dude.
Yeah, how old
Mark
is that
Hamill.
fucker now?
I don't know, dude. I think what was the last movie he did?
Well, he was 33 years old in Star Wars Episode 4.
Dude, was the last movie Harrison Ford did Indiana Jones
It has.
and the Crystal Skull?
No, he did a couple like comedy like older folks movies.
He probably had a couple of like quick parts in movies
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but
Well, he had that part in. Did you ever see Anchorman 2?
yeah.
Yeah, where he fucking turns into a werewolf.
Dude, I wasn't too big on that last Indiana Jones movie. Like, I really liked it and everything, dude.
That's how
but
everybody.
I felt like they were trying.
I went in there so amped up. Though.
Dude, me too, dude. It was a really good movie, but dude, I felt like they tried too hard to capture the old Indiana Jones. If they would have just kind of let it,
Just let it naturally
flow, dude, it would have been a better Indiana Jones movie, just like they did with the other ones, dude. But
I remember, like, me and Dunnigan did you go to the midnight premiere of that movie?
no.
Well, we were at the midnight premiere and we were so fucking amped up. We're like, Indiana Jones! And I had this like fedora on, and Dunnigan was like so excited, like, maybe I should go to Blockbuster and get some Indiana Jones stuff. I'm so fucking pumped up for this. Indy. And then we get inside after we get tickets, and there's some guy sitting there at a fucking booth, and he's all, oh, we got some trading cards there. And me and Dunnigan turn, look at this guy, we're all, trading cards! Gimme! And the guy's like, oh, it costs $5. And we like threw him down, like, fuck that. This guy fucking jumped out of the seat though. We were like so amped. It was just like free shit. This day couldn't get any better.
Dude.
I don't know. Cause the Indiana Jones movie, I want to kind of go back and watch it and go like, cause sometimes once you go back and you kind of like, I already know what's in it. I know what to expect. Cause the things that bother me is like, the aliens never bothered me. I don't know why that bothered other people, but it was Shia LaBeouf. I just don't like Shia LaBeouf.
Dude, I don't like Shia LaBeouf.
And when I saw it, I was like,
kind of hurt it for me.
well, two ways, like, one's like, fuck that, that's not Indiana Jones' son, and fuck him, he is not Marlon Brando when he's riding that motorcycle. When I saw that, I'm like, I was so angry at theaters, like, he's not fucking Marlon Brando.
The alien thing, it was just a little odd, dude. Like,
Well,
just,
I always made the joke, too, that people was like, it's like, the aliens thing bothers you, and what, you think the Ark is more realistic?
or like the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, it's like, the aliens is 1,000 times more likely than
You
the
know
fucking
what
Ark.
unrealistic thing honestly bothered me the most, dude, is when the nuke blows up, dude, and he's in a fucking fridge and he survives the blast, dude, that shoots him. Who God knows how far, dude. through
Fuck
the-
that, it's Harrison Ford.
Dude, I
can believe
get
it.
it, dude. And like, I understand there was like unrealistic things like what, dude. I mean, what?
And some of the
they
old
went
ones-
down in the raft.
Yeah,
They like jumped out of the plane with the raft, right?
well, it's
Is
like
that
in
what
Temple
we're
of Doom, the
But
part
like,
with
dude,
the
I mean,
raft.
like, that could almost be realistic.
Yeah.
But no, dude, if you're in a fucking fridge, dude, it's hard all around and you get blasted by a nuke, dude. You are incinerated, bro.
Well, there's that part in like Temple of Doom. Like, I think it's fine. Okay, the plane goes down and they jump out of it in a raft. I can believe that, right?
Yeah,
They,
dude.
like,
I mean, yeah.
The only part that bothers me is like, okay,
I guess it
they
could
go
happen.
down the raft, and okay, they've already jumped out of the plane, and now they're going down the fucking icy mountain in a raft, and then they go off one cliff. Okay, I can handle one cliff, but to top it off, they go off another fucking cliff, and I want to say they go off a third fucking cliff, and it's like by that point it's like, I don't know. That's a little. The chances of flying off a cliff multiple times in a row. I don't know. I mean, I know it's Indiana Jones. Even though Temple of Doom, that's actually my favorite Indiana Jones.
That's mine too, actually. Like a lot of people, like most people
People
will
don't
say
like
The Last Crusade.
Yeah,
dude.
Last Crusade.
But
I
dude,
know.
Temple of Doom is just, dude, I like the feel, dude. The feel was so dark. It wasn't, it was just like, Last Crusade, it's father-son thing. But dude,
Yeah,
Temple
and
of
it's gonna
Doom,
get the comedy in it.
it's like he's pulling people's hearts out, dude. They're going down underground, dude. It's just like the whole movie from like, I think even when they land the raft, dude, it's like in the evening. So the whole movie is like dark pretty
Like,
much,
like-
dude.
The one thing is, I love Short Round too. He should fucking be.
Dude, I know,
I was
dude.
so pissed he wasn't in fucking
Short
Indiana
Round's
Jones
great,
4.
dude. I know, dude. Me too, actually, dude. They should have, dude, because like he's been in a lot of other movies since that too.
I
so
know,
it's
but like he wasn't in. I mean, I know that his last is No, Temple of Doom's supposed to take place before Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then Last Crusade's after that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I understand, obviously, yeah, but it's like, he
all
should have been in the Last Crusade, too. What the fuck happened to him? Did, like, Indiana Jones fucking pedal him off?
He's like, hey, I'll sell you this boy.
I don't got much to trade, but I got this boy.
What was it?
No way, Dr. Jones.
Who's that kid's name? Because he's in the Goonies, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's in some other movies too, dude. Even older, he's in some other movies, dude.
Jones. This is my favorite one. Dude. I love that kid.
No, Dr. Jones, I will not suck his cock. Come on, short round, come on. You need to get out of this jam here. It might kill us.
God, man. Indiana Jones.
You know, it's because I've been in this, after watching all 6 Star Wars movies over again, I've been like in this massive Star Wars mode. And I think it's just that build-up of like, I haven't like kind of watched a Star Wars movie in many years. Because there was one of those, I saw them so many times that they were almost like ingrained. Like I can quote them left and right without seeing them in recent times. And you know, you just go on, there's so many movies to watch. You know, I always say the joke is there's always the next movie.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending stream of this.
Well, exciting time here. We got E3 rolling up on us real quick.
Like 2-3 days from now.
I'm, as much as dude, I have mixed feelings about Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. But they are resurrecting Battlefront. And, dude, if
Star Wars Battlefront or the regular Battlefront?
Star Wars Battlefront. Badass. Those games. If they
Well,
can make...
well, what's the original like? Because isn't Battlefront based off like an engine of another game? Is it just a Battlefront engine? Is that what it is?
I think it's Unreal.
Because I thought that game was. I thought there's a regular like realistic version of the game, and then they just made a Star Wars version of it. Sort of like Star Wars Demolition is pretty much Vigilante 18, and Star Wars the RTS one it's really just Age of Empire Star Wars. Is it just Battlefront? Is there a game called Battlefront that's not Star Wars? Am I just making this up? We're getting that confused with Battlefield.
Dude, there is a game called Battlefront that isn't Star Wars, dude, but it's like a really underground, like not that good of like a PS3 game kind of game, you know. It's like I see it in stores all the time, dude. I'm like, I'll never play that game.
Well, I went to go play Battlefront 2 the other day, and I was like, oh, it doesn't fucking work in the 360? That's
Dude,
fucking gay.
Yep.
Let's see this fucking Star Wars online multiplayer for Battlefront, dude.
You can play Battlefront 2 online.
With this new one.
You could, well, 10 years ago.
As good as you could
With
be
this
10
new one,
years ago.
I know you told me the other day you haven't played much like Battlefield, right? Within the last few years.
I've never played a Battlefield game.
Call of Duty.
Okay. I've never, Call of Duty is the other one I've never played.
Let's make Star Wars
like-
Battlefront like Call of Duty. All right, let's see how
Yes,
that goes.
please,
No,
dude. So it's familiar to me.
They had that
please.
one that was kind of like, it was like Star Wars Halo, where you play as the clone troopers. Remember for Xbox One?
Dude,
Or Xbox original, not Xbox One. God damn it, I fucking hate that. I have to change my name. It was the one where you play as the clone troopers. Didn't your brother have it? I thought. And it was pretty much just like Halo.
Rogue Squadron.
No, Rogue Squadron's the jet, or when you fly the X-Wings and stuff.
Yeah.
I just started playing that one over again, because I was in such a Star Wars mode, I was like, look, well, I fucking brought out Star Wars, Rogue Squadron 2 and 3, I was playing a bunch of that, and then I was playing,
dude, I think
the PC one that's like Doom, Dark Forces. Have you ever played that before?
Dude, that
Oh,
one's
it's
sweet.
so fucking awesome. And they have these sweet videos in them, where they're this kind of like, they're drawn, and they have very limited animation to them, but they're kind of this like pixely overtone to them.
Right.
I was going, dude, I should fucking make an animation just in that style. It was so badass looking, you know? And what you could really do is you could just draw out all your characters and make them rendered really nicely, and then drop the megabyte rate all the way down to where it got slightly pixelated. And just to give it that little overtone, like those old PC video look.
Right.
What were you going to say back to like off
Battlefield.
I know it's going to be announced. I know that E3 is right around the corner. I know that EA is going to announce Star Wars Battlefront.
Well, because they have the Star Wars license for the games.
Yeah, they bought it. Well, they at least bought Star Wars Battlefront. I don't think they bought.
Well, maybe they might have sold off multiple ones,
But what I'm really excited for is I've played Battlefield 3. I've beaten the campaign. I played a little bit of multiplayer.
Wait, there's Battlefield 3. Oh, no, sorry. Say Battlefront again.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Battlefield 3 was good. Battlefield 4 was like a polish up of Battlefield 3. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the multiplayer. I'm really stoked about it. But to bring back Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, on that same engine, because they're giving it to DICE, and DICE is going to publish, develop.
Is DICE the Battlefield company?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
great.
imagine, no, dude. Imagine,
Great, now Star Wars Battlefront's gonna be like Medal of Honor and Battlefield.
No, imagine Battlefront, but with destructible fucking worlds.
It's like Bad Company 2.
Yeah.
But
it's
like
but
Battlefield.
it's Star Wars, bro.
Dude, I agree,
Fucking
dude.
Star Wars.
Well,
Let's
that's
Call of Duty-ize it, dude.
because I was thinking like there
Let's
really
make
hasn't.
classes,
You already
dude.
did that shit to Halo, dude. Fuck
Let's
that.
make it customizable, dude. I don't want to have this fucking medic, fucking whatever the fuck else fucking
Hey.
restrictive shit I have to choose from. I want full fucking range, dude. Reticles, fucking attachments, all sorts of shit.
This is our biggest verses right here. Fucking the Battlefield
And
Halo.
Hey, dude, like
versus Call of
don't
Duty.
get me wrong. I am a Battlefield fan. I do like Battlefield, dude. But in comparison to Call of Duty, dude,
That's where we.
See,
verse.
I'm
That's
a Gears of War person. It's like that. If I have to, I know it's not technically a first-person shooter, but it plays just like it's like
you
still
know,
call it.
like we've talked about Call of Duty, you know, it was like the first really big online war shooter multiplayer game.
Okay, where do you draw that line? What Call of Duty game do you figure?
The
Modern
first
Warfare
one.
1, dude.
The first one.
Fucking revolutionized, dude. Fucking online
Totally agree.
shooter gaming, dude.
I will agree. I still have it.
You know, and it's
I still
like,
have it to this day.
don't get me wrong, dude. I mean, like, it's just like, fuck, dude. They did it, dude. Classes and all that shit from that Call of Duty on, dude. They did it first, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Every game after that's just gonna feel like a copy.
Okay, and here's where I'll stand. This is my bitch like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was talking about when they took my favorite game, Halo, being the fucking tactical first-person shooter where you're 4-on-4, you have to play as a fucking team.
Are you 4-on-4 now?
I agree with you on the Halo.
Wasn't it
Depending-
8?
depending-
Oh, okay.
Depending on big team battle.
Okay.
If you play big team, it's 8 versus 8.
I
Okay.
do agree with you on the Halo thing, dude, because Halo had its own thing going, dude. It's like, it would be like if Battlefield changed now over to the Call of Duty way, it would be weird. Just like Halo changing over to, you know, trying
It
to
doesn't
be
make
like
sense.
Call of Duty.
It doesn't make
It's like with Battlefront, the only reason why I say it is because this would be the first Battlefront that, like, would be online multiplayer. But, dude, I mean, like, I haven't played the new Halo, to be honest, so it's like...
No,
I will tell you though, that new Halo.
I mean, I might even like it more, but I mean, dude, I love the old Halos. I love the way they were set up and how they work. So
I will say though, the new Halo 4 though, as far as campaign goes, that's the one I think is almost as good as number 1.
Yeah.
dude, I
Like
should
it was, I'll probably say it's the
damn
second
it.
best one I played.
Who has it? I need it.
Yeah.
I need to
I gotta
play
get
it.
back from Josh, dude. That's my man.
It's $9 fucking at GameStop.
Josh ain't playing it.
I know he's not playing
He's
it.
playing Fallout, New Vegas.
Dude, it's $9 at GameStop.
Really? Oh shit! I should go pick it up.
I know. I was like,
At least Halo 4, like, exactly what you're saying. I'll give Halo 4 343 Industries
No,
when
that's
they
the
took over
campaign.
from Bungie's, or when they took over from Bungie. I'll give them credit for their campaign. They fucking nailed it between the Master Chief and Cortana relationship. Your whole fucking struggle of getting her to, you know, like, be okay again as, but that multiplayer, dude, that multiplayer just, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty and I hate it. Like, and it's not a shit talk on Call of Duty because Call of Duty is its own entity and I love Call of Duty
That's what I'm
for
saying.
Call
Just
of
like,
Duty.
you know, Halo, Battlefront, Call of Duty, it's all their own thing, you know.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, Call of Duty kind of did it first, so to speak, you know, but it's like.
well, I like when these games like, it's like I want Halo to be Halo, Call of Duty should stay Call of Duty. I want Gears of War to be Gears of War. You know, I like when they stay like that because if they start becoming the kind of the same,
You know, it's just like.
then it's just kind of like.
Then it's
I mean,
fanboys.
honestly-
fighting back and forth.
Well, that and it's just like you kind of go, well, why am I playing this other game?
Minus Gears of War, dude, like, it's just like. Almost any game is gonna almost feel like Call of Duty if it's a shooter in its own way.
It's because it's that
Really,
popular.
shooter.
It's that popular.
Yeah.
Which technically you could always say that all streams back to Doom because
If
Doom
it's
was the
first
original
person,
one.
you know. I mean, like, Gears of War is third person, obviously, so it's like.
You know, the weird thing about Gears of War though, it's third person, but it always feels like a first person shooter game just because it's kind of like it plays like that.
Dude, I love Gears of War, dude. The first one was fucking amazing.
Dude, the first, all 4 of them are fantastic. It's like funny stuff. I'm not really the biggest.
See, dude, I wish I would have played past the first one. I did play the second one a lot, dude, but I didn't play it as much as I wanted to.
You gotta play all.
I didn't really play.
They're amazing.
Third and the fourth.
Every single one of those games I put in over 100 hours probably. It's like I like them that much. And the strange thing to me is I'm not that big a fan of like first-person shooters. You know, it's like I'll rent a Call of Duty and I'll play it over the weekend and I'll be like, well, that was fun. And then, you know, I like Metroid Prime. I like kind of unique ones, but in general, it's not my favorite genre. It's like I kind of like the more adventure-y action games, I guess you'd say.
You know what bothers me the most about Call of Duty is because their online multiplayer is so popular, and you know, people like me, you know, they just go straight to the online, dude.
Yep.
They've really lacked on the campaign mode, dude. And like, it's like, even though I go straight to the online, dude, there comes a point to where like, yeah, you know, now I want to play through the campaign, dude. It's like, yeah, I'm playing the online, but yeah, you know, now I want to.
How far have you gotten through Ghosts?
Not that far, because the campaign's not that good.
Really?
So it's like,
see, that's my biggest concern.
dude, it's like, and like it's declined with each Call of Duty that's come out. I'm hoping with this, like you said, this other company picking up Call of Duty and shit that, you know, they'll like, since it's going to be cycling through every 3 years or whatever, basically.
They'll have more development time.
I'm hoping that the campaigns will pick back up, you know, they'll like start doing like, you know, Spec Ops again. And, you know,
Yeah, 'cause I like the Spec Ops. That's for everybody who's
You know,
offline. That's the thing you look forward to.
They'll start doing that shit again, you know, dude, and like, I don't know.
I'm surprised that Call of Duty what if they just ixnayed the campaign? It sounds kind of weird. They don't have to do it for all their Call of Duties, but they just
look at
focus.
Look at Titanfall.
Yeah, just focus 100% on multiplayer, because if that's what like 90% of people are buying the games for, just
dude, I mean, fuck,
just
dude.
put like,
I
you
don't
know,
touch
great
the
online
campaign.
multiplayer, great offline multiplayer, and you know, maybe do challenge maps like Spec Ops, but nothing like story. I mean, just take the time and effort you're gonna put into that and just put it in there.
Well, like I was
do a
saying,
fucking Turok Rage Wars or something.
now it's basically on a 3-year cycle for each Call of Duty to come out since another company's picked it up, dude. So I say fucking slam a good campaign back in there, dude. Like Modern Warfare 2 had a great fucking campaign, dude. It was fucking immersive, dude. It was fucking awesome.
I would say Modern Warfare 2. That to me was the pinnacle of all those.
Black Ops had a pretty good campaign too. Actually, there was a lot of story and it was it was pretty in depth.
It was jumping all over the place. I think that's the thing that lost me in that game was that it was jumping.
It was a little confusing, dude. But like, you know, I mean, I don't know, dude.
It took me
Black
a
Ops 2, I
couple
didn't
playthroughs
really
to get
play the whole campaign, dude. And then
I
like,
played through Black
Modern
Ops 2.
Warfare 3.
It was nothing, and Modern Warfare 3. Those are the last 2 Call of Duty games that I bought, and I was really reluctant to buy Black Ops 2. The only reason why I bought it was because, just like a night like tonight, I had some friends coming over. I had no like multiplayer games to play, and I was just like, "Fuck it, dude, we'll play zombies." You know, like I'll go buy this game to go play.
I gotta
zombies.
say, dude, Call of Duty is, especially with Ghosts, dude, and the new map packs and the way they've like set up the multiplayer, dude. They're really I can tell that they're really trying to work hard at keeping the multiplayer fresh and stuff like that, dude. And it's like, dude, the fact that I can play as Mike Myers and go around and stab people when I earn my care
They
package.
got a lot of sick.
They just
licenses.
added a lot of shit to Call of Duty. Like, dude, care packages are no longer kill streaks, dude. How fucking awesome is that? I no longer have to use a fucking up a kill streak for my fucking care package. I can earn it
That's cool.
separately, and
That's
it's like
cool.
I can run around as Predator and fucking turn invisible and kill people, dude. So it's like, dude, they're doing a good job at trying to keep everything, you know, people interested in shit like that. But I don't know. Better campaign would be cool.
Yeah.
It's sort of like those ones when I think of games, I almost feel like they should. You know, it seems so many games nowadays that it's like they gotta go. You gotta get a story in there. You gotta get multiplayer, and I almost feel like you should pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Might as well put 100% attention either into multiplayer or 100% in the campaign.
Well, dude, I mean, like the game on, like, the scale that Call of Duty is, yeah, maybe, you know, that might be a good idea. Dude, that might be a good idea to start a whole fucking separate thing and call it Call of Duty Online, dude.
Yeah.
And then start releasing single-player games that only focus on campaign with one company and doing Call of Duty Online. I mean, dude, I'm not saying that's what they should do, but I mean, I'm just saying that, like...
Well, no, it's a toss-up when they do that, because you got your online community and you got your single-player community. And when you start doing that, when you start to release 2 different entities at the same time, I feel like gamers would be kind of pissed because they gotta pay $60 for the multiplayer experience and they gotta pay $60 for the single player experience.
See, that
as
is
compared
true.
to being combined. The fix for that would be more funding towards development, longer development cycles, and more
Dude, it's one of the
actual
highest grossing
developers.
games of all time, dude. Why can't they have more funding for development? What the fuck?
That's probably getting more funding than anything else. I can't
backed.
imagine another game out there getting more funding than Call of
Dude,
Duty.
people are still buying Ghosts now, probably off the hook,
Oh, I know.
dude. Still to this day, dude. It's been out for
Well,
like 6
especially
months.
like games when you're being backed by big companies like Ubisoft, EA Games, Microsoft, any of these fucking companies, they're receiving so much money, and like, where is that money exactly going for a game?
Don't get me wrong, dude. They work for years on these games, dude. Like the employees that do work on these games definitely deserve whatever money they're getting paid, dude.
And those guys don't get
Everybody
paid
else.
ridiculous, as much as the
Ubisoft.
A main programmer, say for Bethesda or Microsoft, anything, a main developer is getting like most like $45,000 a year.
I
Like
mean,
60, maybe 80.
Maybe not necessarily Call of Duty working on these games
You know.
for years, but like like a game like Skyrim or something like that. Fuck, dude, it takes
You got
forever
6
for
years.
those fucking games to come out. Dude, to develop those games, dude. Even like games like Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, and shit like that. Dude.
And that's where a lot of people hate me because I will state the statement, but that is why I'm so concerned about Half-Life 3. Half-Life, the very last
God, it's been
rendition
so
of Half-Life has been like
long.
2002. Well, 2004 was Half-Life 2.
Was that 2? I guess, okay, 2004. I thought
And
it was
then
2002.
they released their episodal packs, episode 1, episode 2.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the very last episode 2, I think was 2006 or 7, maybe. I have to
Really?
fact check that.
Huh.
But even for that amount of time to pass, and now all of a sudden they're announcing, oh, there's a new Source engine, there is Left 4 Dead 3 is in the works, and Half-Life 3 is confirmed in the works. Has it been too long for that game to be...
Well, it's like
Dude, I don't think
Duke
it's
Nukem.
ever-
That's a perfect example. It's like, it took so long. It was almost like a Chinese democracy. When it finally comes out, you just go, well, it's okay.
Yeah.
Probably the first
yeah,
incarnation would have been
it's
just
like-
the better one.
You
But,
know the Wolfenstein game I have?
uh-huh.
I think
what's
pretty
the-
sure.
it's
Well,
the
I mean, it's
third
not
one?
the most recent. one.
Technically.
It's not the most recent one because there's one that's
Well,
coming
it
out
just included
soon.
the original
There's
too.
one that's coming out soon, but I mean it's the second
It's
one.
already
so
came out.
It's out
Whatever,
already,
but
Okay.
okay.
People seem to talk about it really highly.
But dude, it's like when was the last Wolfenstein game before that one?
The PS2 one you
Years.
had.
Years, man.
Or you had it for Xbox or something. I like how I'm like reminding you what you fucking owned. I just remember we were playing it at your house. Because
I
there's
can't remember that.
There's the original 2 Wolfensteins for like DOS, not the first-person shooter one. Like there's Castle Wolfenstein. I think Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It could be slightly different.
Yeah.
Then there's Wolfenstein 3D. So let's just say that's kind of technically the first one. Then there was this whole long wait. And then they made one for PS2. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Then there's the one that came out for PS3 that you have, and then there's this new one, the New Order.
Is that
So,
what's called? New Order?
I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I remember too.
It's got a Doom beta on it for
Dude, I
Doom
don't
4.
think it's ever been too long. I want to see a new Quake. I want to see them release a new Quake
dude,
on the
no,
next gen.
dude. But after Quake, did you play?
Wasn't Quake 4 2006?
Yeah, I did. But
I was not. I mean,
dude,
love id Software.
it wasn't the best fucking game I'd ever played.
It
But
was
I mean,
rough, dude. It was rough.
and it
But
wasn't.
from Quake 1 being a campaign style game, Quake 2 being a campaign style game, and then Quake 3 they moved to Quake 3 Arena, and all of a sudden it's a multiplayer type game. Quake 4 was cool because you can jump in and be like,
I was
okay,
just about to say
playing
like
that.
it doesn't compare to like 1 and 2, but
Yeah.
I mean like
After all the years in between 2 and 4, absolutely.
yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know, dude. Fuck, dude. I want to see them work. Dude, I just want to see these guys work really hard on
I
some
don't
of
know
these
what's
games
going
that
on
have
with
just
it.
died, dude. Like Quake, and kind of,
At least they're making a new Doom though. Doom 4 is coming out.
Well, Doom 4 and then
Cross my fingers, dude.
Because I always like the
Hopefully
Doom.
it's fucking awesome.
Doom's never let me down.
Unreal Tournament. That thing I mentioned a few weeks back about
Mhm.
Unreal Epic moving into, as compared to them developing, publishing, doing all their own works themselves and spending all that money to do that, they're pushing that project of Unreal Tournament to the modders, to the people that own the Unreal 4 engine, and say, help us develop this game.
Yeah,
And
that's a
it's gonna
sweet
be
concept.
Free to play. It's not going to be a free to pay type game. I'm really fucking excited for it. They actually just released, maybe last week, the week before, I can't remember when I watched it, but they just released a video of what they have in development so far. And granted, it looks a lot like Unreal Tournament 3,
Mhm.
like the game that came out in 2007-8, somewhere around there. But so far what they've released, like, it definitely is the Unreal Engine 4, and it looks fucking cool. But all they have so far is just like a sandbox no texturized like style level. You know, it's just open world fucking. But I have a lot of strong faith in the modder community on PC. Like, I really think that they're gonna make a game that everybody wants. You know, and they're gonna take criticism and they're gonna take praise at the same time and be like, okay, this is what we need to do.
Fuck all this separation bullshit. I want to see them make a game where I can play with you on PC and you on 360 and I'm on fucking PS3.
Dude, I remember me and RJ were talking about that like a long time ago, like 12 years ago, like when GameCube and PS2 and Xbox were out. Right when once you realize that all three of these systems plus the PC could be on the computer, it's like, why don't they just make a shooting game or something that just crosses all the platforms?
Dude, even if it's basic as hell, dude, like it would fucking, because it's crossing all the platforms, dude, it would be huge.
Well, how sweet would it be too? Is like, just say, let's just use the Call of Duty as our name title, name dropped. You know, so generally you can get it on everything. Like right now, like what if you just said like, you know, you could have like team, you could almost have Team PlayStation versus Team Xbox versus Team PC. And just at the moment, let's just say Team Wii U. You know what I mean? You could have... How sweet would that be? So you just have these different groups that you can be a part of. And it's almost like the whole point of the game is that it's almost like a fanboys deciding who's the better one.
That would be a perfect... Like, what I imagine in that type of scenario would be like a perfect MMO. To have your different factions of different console or different platforms that you're playing off of fighting against each other.
You know, and it would work well as like a downloadable game that like... So the graphics didn't have to be at like the highest it could be.
I don't care if it's an overhead shooter.
Well, you know what I mean? Like something that like let's just say it was made today. So that the Wii U could handle it, the PC could handle it, the PS4 and the Xbox One, dude, let's just say 360 and PS2. Dude, everybody could play with each other. Like the game was pretty universal. Like how badass would that be though?
Dude, I think it would be cool even if it was just like a platformer, dude. Where like you're just trying to get higher scores than everyone else.
Yeah, it's the whole point. It's competitive, and whatever system you buy it for, that's the team that you're part of.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like
actions thing.
Like all the points you would get would add to your team, dude. So it's like you can go onto the leaderboards. Yeah, dude, fuck, dude, it'd be fucking sweet.
I've always thought about that, and nobody's ever even like. Maybe they thought of it, but you never hear anybody going like, "Why don't we just make that?" I mean, obviously we're making games that are on both systems anyway. Why can't they cross?
Maybe.
Yeah, there's
Plus,
something.
why do they release? I don't even know if you know, because like fuck, I'm the Call of Duty player, but why do they release Xbox maps for Call of Duty a month earlier than PS3?
Probably some deal.
Yeah.
There's money involved. Let's just say that.
That's exactly it.
Because the whole point is going like, hey, if you get it for 360.
It's always been that way, dude. Like Xbox 360 players get it a month early, and then
Microsoft's paying some extra money.
Microsoft is paying Activision or whoever is publishing that game.
It's just an incentive to buy a 360
really
version.
Complaining because either way we get it for the same amount of time, really. But
But I just think that'd be the coolest thing. And I just say a shooter game, that seems like the simplest thing to do. Mm-hmm. It's the most popular at the moment.
Dude, like I said, even if you just did a platformer to where like I could try to beat your high score or your high score, dude. And even if like Super Mario or something, dude, like Little Big Planet or something like that,
Yeah.
Like something simple, dude. I would play the shit out of it, dude. Just trying to beat your guys' scores.
Yeah, the whole competitiveness, I just think just between
it's like, but then you're forced to buy a PS4, or I'm forced to buy an Xbox One so I can play with you, or I have to buy a PC so I can play with you. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I guess that.
But then again, I guess that would kind of defeat the purpose for all these companies being separated. Sony making PlayStations, Xbox, Microsoft making Xboxes, and because then why couldn't they just combine into one and just have it compete?
It's all based around money, man. That's really it.
They should all just combine into one and make it all completely universal.
Oh
some PC, PS4, Xbox One hybrid.
I foresee that
someday.
One day, dude.
When capitalism doesn't rule the world.
I honestly think like my view on console gaming, with the release of, or at least announcements of Steam boxes being out and being like the personal computer, but it's in your living room, you can play it off of your PC, blah blah blah. With that on the horizon, it's going to have to happen at some point. I don't know if there's going to be another generation of consoles past this or not, but like
I think
that's
will be.
all.
Because like even with the Steam box, dude, I'm not inclined to get it. Like even with everything I've read.
There's no point.
You might have to just get
unless
computer.
like I don't own a computer, so I mean it would probably be a smart investment for me to get a Steam box. It's like you own a computer, why would you get a fucking Steam box?
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a point, but hopefully it's just a revolutionary thing, where it's hopefully the Steam box is starting something.
What the Steam box I feel is starting right now is you're gonna have a home console. You're gonna buy that price point that you want. You know, I'm seeing Steam boxes from fucking $250 all the way to $6,000.
Yeah.
Right.
You can spend $6,000 on like the best fucking gaming PC you can buy to date, but 6 months from now, that's gonna change. 2 years from that point is gonna fucking change.
A lot. See.
So what they're implementing here is a console-based, like, living room style console that you can play any fucking game you want on whatever settings, whatever it can handle, but you can replace parts. And I think that is what is going to be the main downfall of console industry.
Sounds kind of like
Is you can upgrade.
You can upgrade.
Sounds kind of like a PC almost, you know.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
You upgrade your PC.
But it's PC, but minusing kind of all like your Word and Excel.
Like
and
with PS4, dude, it's cool. I can spend, $600, dude, and get the best PS4 I can, extra controller and a couple of games, dude. I'm good for like 4 to 6 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Generally, if it stays on the regular path, 6 years.
And it's like I can get,
Well, that's where
I mean, don't get me wrong, a PC would be a good idea.
Well,
for me.
that's where I'm standing as a PC gamer right now. It's like I got that fucking rig out there that both of you saw as you walked in. That rig, to today's standards, I am right on par with console gaming right now.
Dude, I love your
Like,
rig, dude. I love your computer, dude. I think it's fucking badass.
I can handle Xbox One, PS4 ratings at 60 frames a second, like right about par, maybe a little bit above, maybe like 5 frames or 10 frames more a second than those consoles. But you wait another 2 to 3 years, like I gotta upgrade my shit, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, the other. But where I will come ahead again is where I catch up to that console and I beat it by 3 years, which is where I just was with this last generation. It's just like, fuck, dude, I play Call of Duty on an Xbox 360 console, I play it on PS3, and I play it on my PC. PC dominates, dude, just like absolutely dominates. But it's the price you pay to get to that point.
Well, yeah, PC gaming to me always felt like it's kind of like if you're gonna be really into PC gaming, unless you got a lot of cash flow, it's almost like you pick that and you can't have consoles.
I was just about to say, dude, the problem with PC game is I'm a broke ass bitch, dude. And like, yeah, dude, like, sure, I have enough, I can buy these consoles and games and shit like that, dude, but there's no way I could drop $1,500-$1,600 fucking dollars on a fucking PC. I could buy 3 PS3s for
Well, yeah, you go out and you buy your console, even if you pay $400, like once you buy it, you're good for 6 years plus.
Yeah.
Because as me being a retro gamer, I'll continuously play my console till like the day I die.
Dude, it amazes me the amount of difference between the $399 PS4 and the $499 PS4, dude. It's like the memory difference, what you get with the $499 is.
I didn't know there was a difference. I thought there was only one PS4.
No, dude, because like when I got my tax return last year, I was thinking about buying a PS4, dude. And they had 3 different packages: a $399, $499, and a $599.
I didn't see any of these on Amazon.
I mean, I didn't want the $599, dude. It was like way too much. I would never even use all the memory they were gonna give me and all that shit. But
well, sometimes I kind of goes like, am I really gonna download?
They need to start releasing. They really need to start releasing consoles with terabyte hard drives.
Well, they're so cheap. I mean, like a terabyte hard drive. It's like how much does it cost them to put one in there? Like $30. I mean, like you can buy one at the store, and that's you're paying retail.
Just do it like they used to, dude. Just release like one, dude. Fucking, $550, dude. Boom.
Well, that's why the should be is just one in a million. Don't confuse fucking people by release. It's kind of like with the Wii U. It's like they released 2 of them, and then they kind of pulled the cheap one away. Like you really can't get it now because if you go to buy a Wii U right now, you get the Pro one. And it's just like, duh, why'd you even make the cheap one in the first place?
Well,
it's sort of that marketing
it's
thing.
the involvement.
It's saying that like just because your family's poor doesn't mean you can't be part of this group.
Yep.
I mean, good God, look how much the Xbox 360 has changed from the 360 all the way to the fucking Kinect, And it's like, even the PS3s have changed so much, dude. Like, my buddy Brandon still has an original fucking PS3 without the buttons, dude. I'm just like, holy fuck, dude,
That's the one
thing is
Cisco has.
ancient, bro.
Does he have the good one though, where you can play PS2 and PS1 games on it?
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure, dude. I mean,
that was my biggest gaming mistake I've ever made in my entire life.
Did you sell that one?
I had the original, same year PS3 where I could play all backwards compatible. I think it was a 60 gig model or something like that.
Yeah, they were that. I think the biggest one you could get was a 80 gig.
And I sold it. But okay, here's the thing with me selling it was that I sold it and I got that Marshall amp and I got that Jackson guitar. And without that, I would not be in this
Fair enough. That's a fair enough. But dude, look, my buddy's PS3 is still running in. It is he bought it when it first came out, dude. I don't know one person with the same fucking Xbox they bought when it first came out.
No, I don't even have my same Xbox.
Dude, my brother went through like 5 of the fuckers, dude. Between the Red Ring of Death, disc trays, and shit like that, dude. He went through like 5 of them, dude.
The Xbox sitting in my room over here. I've said this once, I'll say it again. That is my 8th Xbox. That is the second time I ever had to buy an Xbox. I bought an Xbox in 2007, and that Xbox broke 6 times, and I sent it in for replacement. It was still within warranty. They sent me back a new one. This last Xbox was I had my 7th Xbox that I had sent in, got back, brand new one. This thing fucking red rings on the day after my warranty ends. So I actually had to go out and buy another fucking Xbox.
Dude, my brother's I'm pretty sure when my brother's Xbox red ring, dude, he sent it back. Dude, it took like 2 months for him to get another fucking
when
2016,
I saw that, I was like, fuck,
it
I was gonna buy one.
forever,
Easy, 2.5 weeks, easy.
Dude,
You got lucky.
took
Even then,
forever,
that's
dude. We
fucking
were
a long
waiting on
time.
that thing for fucking ever, dude.
Well, here's
I
something.
was so pissed.
RJ, have you ever got a second regular Nintendo?
No.
Did you still have your original Super Nintendo?
Exactly. I mean,
Do you still have your original Genesis?
You know, so I mean, granted, dude, these systems don't necessarily quote unquote work to their best ability, but I mean, like, dude, it's like, fuck, dude.
It's just like,
dude, Xbox, dude, Microsoft needs to do something with their Xbox. Dude. I mean, I'm sure it's fixed with the I mean, dude,
Well,
from what I've been hearing about the Xbox One, it's not fixed, dude. I mean, like, the Xbox One is having all sorts of problems as far as I'm hearing, but I mean, like, I know PS4 is too, but I mean, like, it doesn't sound like it's having
It just dips
as
back into
bad
that.
problem.
It just dips back into that capitalistic fucking thing we were talking about earlier. Is that they're just trying to build the cheapest fucking thing ever. And the thing is with Americans is that they will continually buy that same console over and over and over again.
because you already built this collection, you're like, not gonna fucking trade that in now.
Sony's Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, see, here's the thing, is like, I'll say this.
Sounds
Nintendo's
like
never
one
fucking break. You gotta pretty much break your Nintendo. I mean, obviously anything
Yeah.
can break, but
Yeah.
you know, like the Nintendo's not gonna break if you take a bunch of good care of it. Where like an Xbox, I mean, I took the best care of mine ever, and it just one day crapped out.
Yeah.
What's Atari?
What do you mean?
So,
It's
you know.
no, it's American.
It's American.
It's a Japanese name, but it's American.
I was gonna say that I thought it was American, dude, but the name doesn't sound American. So, but I mean, fuck, dude, my Sega still works.
Yeah, the one is my Dreamcast. I'm on my 3rd Dreamcast. I actually own 4 of them now because I have 2 of them.
Dude, my Dreamcast still goes good, but I mean, like, I haven't had mine.
Well, the weirdest
since
thing is,
I had yours.
my first Dreamcast I bought it used, and it was kind of like right when they came out, so like I was like saving $40. And then that one broke after a year. Then I bought a second one brand new from KB Toys, and then that one crapped out after like a year and a half or so. Then I bought a 3rd one at a yard sale. Fucking has been working great ever since. And then I'm using my 4th one. This is the one I'm using now. I bought it at a fleet or another yard sale.
Your Sega Saturn still kicking good?
My Sega Saturn
Fuck
works
yeah,
really
dude,
well.
Sega Saturn sweet.
Sega Saturn's never really broke down
Dude,
though.
I almost, dude. I mean, like, I know obviously they can't like bring back, you know, memory cards that you insert into your controllers like the Dreamcast had, dude. But I mean, I know the Wii U's kind of the same concept.
Yeah, because
as
I
the
thought about like, the Wii U's pretty much just like an advanced version of that VMU.
Dude, but dude, I want PS3 to have like a VMU, dude. I want to, dude. Even if they make like a separate device you can buy for like $35, dude, that you can like have sit next to you. So when I'm playing Resident Evil, dude, it's like I don't have to like pause it, dude. I can look down, dude, and see exactly where I'm at, dude. And they can, make it a little screen, make it more advanced, dude. It'd be fucking sweet.
I will say one of the best parts about the Wii U, and I know people that don't have DSs a lot of times don't know this, but like that second screen, like, because I always thought about like the first of the DS, you're like, why do I need a second screen? But then you'd play games, you'd be like, dude, it's so fucking awesome. In Castlevania, your map's there the whole time. You don't have to press select 1,000 times. You can have all your items down below, so it doesn't even clutter the screen.
Dude,
I mean,
thought the VMU was the coolest fucking thing.
and the VMU's just the original of that. I mean, I remember
I never heard.
you could have your fucking health on Dino Crisis and Resident Evil. Remember when you played NFL 2K? You could have your plays come up there so your buddies can't see them.
The VMU was the coolest fucking thing I've ever fucking seen, dude. Like, seriously, dude. The fact that you could look at your controller, I could see if I'm in caution, danger, fine, dude. I mean, I know you can tell that nowadays because, they have so much, like, limp and stuff like that, but Dude, VMUs were fucking awesome.
I kind of wish systems kind of utilize memory cards more often now, though, because the worst part though is nowadays you go like
Bring your whole
you
system.
always have to bring your whole system. I mean, like
Unless I want to go buy a flash drive.
yeah, it's
Which I
just
don't.
and then you don't want to copy your files back and forth. I just don't want to hassle.
The thing is 360 does still use.
They still have those?
Like my whole 360 profiles on my.
And probably the
browser
smartest
card,
thing to
I'm always
do
on the go.
Is when you buy a 360 first, you're just talking once the system's already way past its
I
deadline.
don't even know if the new Xboxes even have memory.
No, dude,
cards.
I don't even think they have slots for them, dude. Like I brought my brother's 360 memory card over here last time I was here, actually.
But the thing to do is if you buy a 360 at first, is just get the memory card and just save all your gamer profile stuff on there, so you can take it to anybody's house.
That's exactly how mine is.
You know, and
my
then you
brother
can save
saves
your
on the
games
60.
and all like that.
But the
part.
good thing about 360 is they have the removable hard drive, so you don't have to take your whole 360.
That's true, you just
unattach
pop the
your hard
Dude,
drive and take
well,
it.
Nowadays, you can just straight USB stick.
Yeah.
Just a regular USB
That's
stick.
true.
You fucking load all your shit into a USB stick and you take that anywhere. And that will work on guaranteed on any Xbox 360 console.
What about PS3?
You should be able to
I
have
don't know.
PS3. You can do it on
USB
Wii.
stick a PS3? Dude, that'd be fucking sick, dude. I gotta try that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I know on the Wii and the Wii U, you could do it with the SD card.
Oh yeah, I know.
But to me, that always just seemed like a hassle.
That's weird. That's weird to me, dude. Like,
It was just like, I don't know. It's just not as easy as like
I don't
pulling
know,
your
just
GameCube memory cards out, put it in the case, and going to your buddy's house.
like storing video game memory and shit on a USB port is like normal. Like
Yeah.
on an SD card just sounds weird.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's like, there was something just kind of like, I was like, okay, Archie, I'm going to come over to your house. We're going to play PlayStation. Grab my memory cards and let's
Yeah,
go.
get some more. It's a gas station.
I couldn't agree with you.
How much? What time are we at right now?
Yeah, we were at an hour and 30 minutes.
Fucking A.
But, goddamn right. One question I want to ask, this goes back to Star Wars. What do you think is your favorite Star Wars game you've ever played? Because there's so many goddamn good
Okay,
Star Wars games.
I think a lot of people hate
You
me on
can
this.
pick two if you want. If you want to make it seem a little easy.
There's
I'm gonna hate on you.
there's gonna be a lot of hate on me.
Like, you know, if I can say like Yoda stories or something. That's actually kind of a cool game. Different.
God, what the fuck is it called? Okay, I'll name out two. One being Star Wars, the Battlefront series. I can't pinpoint exactly Battlefront or Battlefront 2.
Okay.
When you say Battlefront, dude, I just assume you're talking about both.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because they're both amazing in their own aspect. The second one being the one that came out. God, I have both of them over in the other room. It's the one where you're playing as the dark guy. I can't fucking remember
Force Unleashed?
his name. Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2 is. The stories weren't that great, but the
Dude, I
gameplay of what you
I thought
could
they were
do
pretty good.
was fucking awesome, dude. I loved being dark. I loved destroying the fuck out of everybody
Dude, I
and no
thought the-
consequence. Like that was
I
like.
thought the stories of the Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2 were pretty good, actually.
I just bought those games.
Oh,
I've
that's
never
considered.
played them before. I was like, because I was looking at my Star Wars collection. I'm like, what Star Wars games have I not played? And I was all like, I've never played the Force Unleashed once. I went down and bought both of them for under $15.
Dude,
They're
I don't know,
decent.
dude. Thinking about it, dude. I mean, like, honestly, dude, if I'm gonna be me, dude, I have to say Jedi Power Battles, dude. My favorite
Oh, I
fucking Star Wars.
love Jedi
I can't
Power
go against it, dude. But I mean, if you're gonna put that one aside,
We
dude,
picked two.
I mean, like Jedi Power Battles, like I consider that almost like a Star Wars game god. So it's like I can't even compare that to like the other Star Wars games, dude. But I mean, like Star Wars Bounty Hunter was pretty fucking good.
That was
Actually,
cool.
I really liked it, dude. It was a cool concept,
My favorite one of all time, though, is Rogue Squadron 2.
dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Especially, what's actually technically the better one is Rogue Squadron 3 because I like because you can play co-op of number 2.
Rogue Squadron 1 and 2 were fucking sick, dude.
Well, and the third one. I mean, the third
Can
one.
I retract?
Dude.
Retract. Okay, I'm gonna retract my Force Unleashed for KOTOR 2. Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Oh, dude,
was-
Knights of the Old Republic 1, dude. I gotta say, dude. Like, I mean, like, other than, like, Jedi Power Battles, that being such a classic and me having so much respect for it, dude, Knights of the Old Republic has gotta be the best Star Wars game I've ever fucking
Yeah.
played, dude. It's just so immersive.
I
dude.
remember, that
It's
sounds weird, but that was one where your brother had that one, too.
yeah, dude, that fucking game was fucking amazing, dude. I mean, like, why wouldn't you want a turn-based RPG Star Wars
BioWare,
game?
dude. BioWare, fucking Mass Effect, and
I just
Dragon
actually
Age.
went out and bought that one again, too, because I was like, oh, I haven't played fucking Knights of the Old Republic in a long time. I'll go buy that.
Great fucking game, dude. I mean, well,
Got it on eBay for $9. Free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I thought they did a good job with the Episode 3 movie-based game, dude. That game was
It was short, but it was fun for what it
I went
was.
through it real quick. Dude, but that game, they did such a good fucking job on it, dude. From lightsaber battles to using the Force, dude, just everything was so much fucking fun in that
I wouldn't
game.
say it's nearly as cool as Jedi Power, but something about Jedi Power
No,
is
I mean,
classic. But yeah,
I wish they would, remake Jedi Power battles, really, dude. Like,
they need more of those. It's like, they kind of made. I guess you could say Force Unleashed like that, but what made Jedi
I'm like,
Power
it
battles
doesn't-
cool is the co-opness.
I don't know, dude. Like, it doesn't have to be a platformer, because like obviously Force Unleashed isn't like it could be that style of game. But I mean, like, dude.
The Jedi Power battles, if you played on Dreamcast, it's even better because the graphics are sharper
And dude, I mean, like, dude, Jedi Power battles, you got to play as your favorite fucking Jedis, dude. You know, like Plo Koon, dude, fucking Mace Windu, like, come on, dude.
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
I mean, I'm all
what was
about-
the girl's name?
Um,
And you could lock characters. You could play as like
Fuck.
Princess Amidala. You could play as the black guy.
I mean, I really like Star Wars Force Unleashed, and I loved being dark and everything, dude. But I want them to release like a really good Star Wars game where I can play like as a Jedi, dude.
No. My number one thing that I want with Star Wars, I know it'll never happen because of, especially with Disney buying it now, I want a Star Wars game where if I hack somebody with a fucking lightsaber, I want that mature title, hack in half, fucking cut them any way you want, style game.
I agree, but you gotta understand it's not.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
Star
not-
Wars.
it's
And
not
sometimes
gonna
there,
happen. You gotta
there is some
understand, too,
series that by
considering
not
it's
keeping them like rated R, that makes them sort of
considering it's a lightsaber, so there's not gonna be blood. Considering all the veins and everything gets cauterized.
Yeah.
That's true.
But-
But I want to hack somebody in half.
Yeah, I
That's all I
agree.
wanna
You know,
do.
it's like, dude, I want to have
The
the option.
closest-
Like
the
when they
closest
come at
thing-
me with their lightsaber, chop off that fucking arm coming at you, dude.
The
You know,
closest
it's like-
thing I've come to on that regard was, and it's silly, but it's the Lego Star Wars game. Where you fucking hack somebody and they just bust them in the pieces.
See, that's that was the cool thing about Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Yeah, you just sit there
It
just
was a
fucking
whole
hacking
fucking
everybody.
sword
Yeah.
fucking hacking thing.
Yep.
I mean, I don't use the joystick for it, but
Yep.
I mean, like I use buttons just because I can mash buttons a lot faster than I can
Yep.
fucking spin that joystick.
You know what's another really good Star Wars game? That was the Pod Racer.
Dude,
Fuck.
And that's another one too. If you can play it on Dreamcast, it's so much better than the N64. Just because it's clearer.
dude, that Star Wars they released for the Kinect, dude. I had so much fun with it, dude.
Is that pretty sweet? I
Yeah,
didn't play
dude.
that.
I mean, like, fuck, dude. You have your fucking hands out, dude. You're pod racing. You fucking pull your hands back when you want to turn and shit, dude. You
That's
fucking.
pretty sweet.
No, the best has got to be the Pod Racer game, but the arcade version where you actually sit in the
In
Pod
the
Racer
pod.
and you have
I
the
can-
controls.
yeah,
I can't remember. Was that Pod Racer one like based off the N64 version, or was it completely different?
I think it was.
It's been
it's
so
only-
long
I think it was a
since-
shorter version of the 64 version, I thought.
You know what's
I don't
another
think it was
sweet
based
game?
off the same engine though. I think
No,
it,
no,
I
no.
think
No,
it
not the
was
same.
one
It was better graphics, but was it like kind of the same gameplay?
It was
I mean, I know it's
exactly the same
racing, but
thing.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
just-
it
it was a racer, but it was with pod racing, and
But
just
they-
having the physical sticks alone was just like
Cool,
as
yeah.
compared to
Of
left
course,
and right on an analog stick. You know,
Nothing
It's
compares to
fucking
arcade, bro.
Yeah, I was saying Star Wars arcade.
Unless you
See, but
straight
where
have
have
virtual
arcades gone
reality.
nowadays, though, man? I mean, where can
Arcades
you,
don't even
where do
exist,
you
dude.
know?
It's all
Santa
about
Cruz.
tickets now, I guess.
I mean, Dave and Buster's, maybe. I mean,
If
let's
you go to
not be
Santa
adult
Cruz,
I guess
the
Jonathan
Beach Boardwalk
Carter
still has a
Pizza
pretty
has
good one.
arcades.
Beach
And,
Boardwalk
like, dude,
still has
like
pretty good
like
stuff.
the boardwalk and like amusement parks have like just arcades,
Yeah.
obviously where little kids can go to. But nowadays, dude, it's all about fucking shooting hoops and making your fucking tickets so you
Yeah.
can win shit and chance. Dude,
You know what's
fuck that,
killing
dude.
it all is fucking mobile gaming.
Yeah,
I'll-
fuck
I will-
mobile gaming.
I will dip back into that constantly about mobile gaming destroying the video game industry right now. Because everybody has access to a phone, everybody can jump on that and be like, I'm gonna download that for free and, fuck advertisements, whatever.
I agree, dude, but you gotta understand, it's like, it would be like choosing Minecraft Mobile Pocket Edition over Minecraft for, 360.
Stupid.
Dude,
But that's all
it
you
wouldn't
have.
even compare, really.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, yeah, you're getting Minecraft, quote unquote, but you're not really getting Minecraft, dude. It's like I
It's a
downloaded
light
Contra.
version. It's a light
It's
version.
like, yeah, I love Contra, dude, and like I'm having a lot of fun with it on my phone, dude. Dude, it doesn't really feel like Contra.
It's the light version, essentially. Is what the way I look at mobile gaming is it's a light
It's
version.
a dumbed down version of the actual video game. So it's like, but I mean, like, I guess nowadays little kids don't really know any better because
Oh,
they
yeah.
never got the
Oh,
opportunity.
Even though to me, when I look at mobile gaming though, I always look and go, it's not real video gaming. I'm sorry, but it's like one of those ones like to me that's like it's made for regular people that don't really play video games. And I'm not saying there's not good ones on there, but in general they're all point and click. They're all very simple. They're puzzlers.
There's some awesome fucking mobile games if you ask me, dude. But I mean, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, I'm on my phone all the time. Don't get me wrong, dude. But I mean, like, you know, more or less, even though I am on it, dude, I play my games on my phone to pass the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm not playing it because, you know, it's like, I'm not playing it like I'm playing Max Payne 3, you know? I'm not playing it like I would be playing Call of Duty or Uncharted necessarily, you know? It's like, it's like a temporary, oh yeah, you know, it's like I have like 10 minutes to kill, half an hour to kill or whatever. I don't want to start a Call of Duty game, so I'm going to get on my phone for like 20 minutes and just play whatever I have on my phone, like Clash of the Clans, dude. Great fucking game. I'm hooked up with Casey, his whole work crew, dude, and we're attacking other fucking people with my fucking village.
That's where I don't have time for stuff like that, I guess I can say. Because I have like over 200 megabytes of apps on my phone that are video games, but I just can't get into them. I just like,
dude, I'm the same
I play
way,
for 5 seconds, and I'm just like, okay, I died,
dude,
I'm jump back into that.
I'm really big on these like upgrade, like real time, you know, it's like you know, you earn gold in the game, you upgrade, dude, and it actually takes, you know, 48 hours for your upgrade to work, dude, you know, like these kind of like phone MMOs almost, so to speak.
Yeah, like the RTS.
Exactly.
Style, yeah.
Exactly. RTS. That's exactly.
But aren't they like they're not real time strategies? Aren't they like?
They're time-based strategies.
Yeah, time-based strategies.
Exactly, dude. Like, but I mean, dude, I have a lot of fun with them. Don't get me wrong, dude. Especially like once your friends start getting on, dude, and they all start building their fucking villages or castles or whatever, dude. I mean, it's just a cool concept, but.
I look at phone games like I like to always have a couple on my phone because you never know when you're just gonna be stuck somewhere and be like, man, I wish I just have something to do. But I do have a hard. It's kind of like when I'm at home. It's just like. Why would I play a phone game when I got a full-on TV and system sitting right there? And it's just like, and it's not like they're bad, but it's like, you know, it's like, I don't like the touchscreen. It's like, it gets by good enough. It's kind of like when you used to play emulators back in the day and you used the keyboard. The second you get a real controller, it's like, why would I ever use that keyboard again? You know what I mean? It's just, that's a pain in the ass. Yeah. And that's kind of how I feel the touchscreen. It's just like, you know, it works for some things, but like other than that, like unless I'm stuck in a doctor's office or something like that, and it's like I didn't bring my Game Boy, you know, that's about the only time I can really utilize it.
More or less, dude, I use my phone to keep myself updated on shit, you know.
Well, yeah, but I'm just talking just gaming wise. It's like it's nice to have a couple games just to pass the time. Like if you are
exactly, dude. I've probably downloaded like 30 games since I've had my iPhone over the last 5 months, dude. And I still play one of those games, dude. And that's Clash of the Clans, dude. Every other game, dude, I've either deleted or I just don't even touch anymore. I mean, Jurassic Park I still play. But
yeah. Well, it's just good to have because no matter what, you always got your phone on. You might not always have a Game Boy or anything like that, so.
Shit, dude, I haven't played a Game Boy for so long.
You gotta get that 3DS. I love that thing.
Myself for mobile, like. Generally, what I'm doing is I'm hopping on Reddit, you know, and
yeah, exactly, dude.
like that subreddit that I showed you, the No Sleep, where it's just like crazy fucking scary stories and shit like that. I was sitting at a high school graduation last night, and I couldn't focus on the graduation. One, because fuck high school, and two, because all the people that are sitting up there speaking have fucking, you know, Mercedes and BMWs that they're fucking daddy.
Dude, half the people up there speaking are gonna end up doing cocaine and ruining their lives anyways, dude. Like,
this is
I don't care how
Bret
successful
Hart.
they look.
But regardless, I mean, like,
Jesus Christ.
Getting back to it, I mean, like, I was sitting there the entire time reading my phone, reading about scary stories that people are posting on the internet. Like, that's what I use my mobile device for, minus phone calls and work and, you know, emails, whatever else.
Yeah, mine's the basic phone.
When I have a spare minute, dude, I'm just like, fuck, why not sit down and read somebody's story that might be on the other side of the world, might be 5 feet, you know, might be my next door neighbor, you know?
Like my phone, dude, sports updates, MMA news, you know, Raiders news, one game.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll flip through news. That's mostly what I'll do. I'll just
Internet,
news articles,
Facebook, and band shit, dude. That's mainly what my phone is used for, and texting and calls, obviously. I don't even really call on it that often.
Yeah, I never call anymore. It's so weird to call.
It's just so much more convenient to text, dude. Because if someone texts you, dude, you don't want to text the fucker back, dude. You're just like, fuck it.
I feel like when I text, they can get to it at their leisure.
Outside of work, and this will give you an idea of like how little I talk on the phone outside of work, because my work involves a lot of phone calls. outside of work, honestly, the person I talk to the most on the phone has to be you, RJ.
I call you all the fucking time.
But you call me and we talk for like 30 seconds to a minute and a half, and it's like, we get the information out. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Let's hang out this day. Okay, got it. Let's go practice. Got it. Minute and a half later, okay, bye.
Well, it's because, it's like we've been like Facebook messaging. I've been sending you shit over Messenger or texting you. It's like, dude, like back in like, 7th, 8th grade, dude, it's like I'd have nothing to do, dude. So I'd call
drive to somebody's house.
And we would chit chat for like, 30, 40 minutes, dude, and just kill time on the fucking phone, just, fucking bullshitting, dude.
Well, because there was a way to hang out.
But I mean, nowadays,
going
it's like I can just text Spence, dude, and he can just come over.
Well, yeah, if I was gonna call you, I would just call you and go, yo, what are you doing? You're not doing anything? Well, I'm coming over. Then we can talk.
Yeah. Plus, dude, those were the days, it's like you knew I was sitting at my parents' house bored. I knew.
And once again,
it's like
it's not like you could really get up and drink. We live so close that we could walk, but
it's like nowadays, dude. It's like you could be at work, I could be at work. My call could be fucking you up while you're doing something, vice
people
versa.
always call me at my work though. It's like half the time I answer the phone, it's like at the work, it's somebody I know.
It's like I could be fucking you up at work when I try to call,
It's just texting. Just
I just walk outside and just.
I figure if I was fucking you up, you wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
If like you were busy, then you just wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
That's why, dude. But then then comes the text message, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't I just text in the first place?
Yeah.
I mean, like some things, dude, are just too long to fucking text.
Yeah, it's just easier to get
Call.
the phone call, talk for 2 minutes, get it out, and then.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've sat there in the middle of a text message typing something with somebody and just in that exact fucking scenario, just like, this is gonna take me another 5 minutes to text out. Like, I'm just gonna call that fucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's what's going on. Goddamn. But yeah, fucking mobile devices. Goddamn, dude. Our world is changing.
I know, dude. I still think back. I still think back to that 12-inch TV in the back of a van with a VCR watching Jedi.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
I think back to my first computer, dude, where it blew my fucking mind that I had like this avatar in my fucking computer that I could type shit in and he would repeat what I just typed in, dude. I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen, dude.
I was thinking like Apple IIs.
Now it's like, dude, I can talk to my phone and it types what I say so I can send it in a text message.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
But fuck Apple devices, dude. That goddamn Siri, dude, she's a bitch.
Dude, honestly, dude, I used to say fuck Apple devices, dude, until I got my iPhone, dude. Now I'm saying I wish I wouldn't have said fuck Apple devices for so long.
Steve Jobs ain't around no more, and that fucking company is going downhill quick.
I've never been a big fan of Apple.
Dude, that company could go downhill for like 2 years and still be on top.
Oh, no doubt.
But
because
I
of their
mean, like,
user base and their fucking
but like,
loyalties to them.
it's like, dude, I love my fucking iPhone, dude. It's the first one I've ever had, dude. I've only had it for like 5 months, dude.
That's how I
fucking
felt.
love it. I've gone so long without going to that one, and now
Is
that
that?
I finally have one, I'm like,
That's
I really
the
fucking like
5 or the 5S?
It's the 5S.
The 5S?
5S, yeah.
See, my first iPhone I ever had was the 3GS, and I was a year behind. Like when I first got my 3GS, it was like a year behind.
Dude, even if now you got
4
a
was out.
3GS, it would still be better than some of the phones out there from
Dude,
other companies, dude.
And ever since I switched over to my HTC One, where it's working off the Android, I just can't go back. Like there's so much customability with my phone.
Because it's like a little computer.
I don't know, it's also,
exactly what it
it's
is.
also just a hassle to go back. It was a hassle for me to get my iPhone in the first place because I had to transfer all my music, from like Windows Media files to like iTunes files, dude. And it's like, now nothing that I had on my old phone is going to work on my fucking new phone, dude. So it's like the only thing I was able to even get were my contacts.
That was my biggest bitch with Apple. It's not so much their devices or their products.
It's their
that they come
forces to make you use certain programs with their devices, dude. That's what pissed me off. It's like with like what's that? The Milestone X, dude.
Mhm.
With my fucking Android, dude. It's like I didn't necessarily have to use Windows Media Player. Like, yeah, that's what made it easiest, but I could use other programs too if I want to. But like the iPhone, it's like it has to be iTunes and it has to be this. And
It's
it
too
has
much
to be-
conformity.
Yeah, it sucks. But I mean, like once you get used to that, dude, it's not that bad.
Because it's funny because like
Coming from someone who
Macintosh-
like felt the way you felt 7 months ago, it's like it's
Well,
less of a hassle.
It's funny because Macintosh always advertise themselves like we're unique, we're artists, and it's like you're the least of all that stuff. You are a conformist. You want people to do it your way or the highway. No editing, no changing. Don't even think about it. Think of your own ideas. And that's why I've always kind of had. That's my problem. I've always kind of had with Apple. You know, it's like if anything, that like the phone's not the worst part, but like when it comes to computers, it's just like fuck that.
Yeah.
Especially when people's like, oh, you know, iMac, that's the one that you know artists use. It's like no, fuck that. You can get
Oh,
way
dude.
more software for
If I'm getting a
Windows.
computer, sure, so like, I ain't getting no Mac or nothing like that.
Don't go Mac.
I mean, dude,
You
I
pay
mean, I've
twice
heard
as
a lot of
much
good things
for
about-
half as less.
I've heard a lot of good things about some of the MacBooks and shit out
No
there.
doubt, no doubt. If you're doing production, if you're doing video
Exactly,
editing,
dude. I was saying like,
Well,
for,
even the
like,
video
for
editing,
music,
though, it's like who
for, like,
cares? It's
music-
like you can
music
get all the same
production and all
stuff
that
on
shit.
Windows, if
Well,
not better.
PC
But, like-
is at that point now to where they're catching up to Mac. They're catching up to Apple, and especially with a lot of the really the main. You taking that out? Yeah. Thank you. Really, the main thing that I've seen between Apple and PC is the video graphics. Apple is not adopting NVIDIA and Radeon or what the fuck's the name of that company? AMD like products so much. But really, like when it comes to your 3D rendering video type thing, or gaming, you know, 3D rendering and all that, like you're gonna get a way smoother, better performance out of PC than you are Apple. And then when it comes to video editing, audio editing, whatever, you know, whatever you're doing, PC is catching up to Apple.
Well, I
really
think
fucking
PC
quick.
surpass it because I mean, like if you use an Apple, it's like you got to use Final Cut. Final Cut's just okay. I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but there's much better products out there that are way cheaper and more efficient, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I always like Sony Vegas. That's my favorite one because it kind of has all the things I need in one.
Nate Bum was swearing by Sony Vegas.
Sony Vegas, that to me is better. You know,
Dude, I think he paid like, dude, I don't know.
You know,
It's the
because
same
like
amount of
Premiere,
money
like
as fucking Sony
the
Vegas.
problem about Premiere is you can't just have Premiere. You have to have After Effects and a couple other ones. You can't just do the one by itself. Where Vegas kind of takes over and does a lot of things you're gonna kind of need and keeps it all in one program. And plus, it's got great audio editing in it because that's what it originally was. You know, and Final Cut. I mean, it's just what it is. If you're used to that, that's fine. But
Yeah.
why pay the extra bundle for it when you could have something better? I don't know. Just
I guess it's just because Adobe products are the only thing that I really know editing wise.
Yeah, and Adobe's always to me. I'm very like a kind of anti-Adobe. Like you know, I do have Photoshop. You know, I'll use that from time to time, but I mostly don't even use it. I just use Manga Studio now.
Yeah.
You know, and even like After Effects, I've messed around for a bit, but it's almost like I don't totally need to use it. I can use something else.
I just, again, it's the same thing I just said. It's just like, that's what I know. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
It's
like
so
about-
hard for me to switch over to anything
Well,
else.
it's you kind of want to pick one and just stay with it. Don't switch back and forth. But there's some over there.
Save these fuckers.
But it's kind of like the one problem I always have with Adobe is Adobe
Fallout,
just
bro.
reminds me of a company. Yeah, I know you get bottle caps. Like Adobe, I just hate how they fucking charge these god awful prices, and then they go, "Oh yeah, by the way, you can only install that on 2 PCs,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "I paid $900. Fuck
No.
you."
No,
You know,
no.
at Sony Vegas, you know, I can buy a copy for $120 sometimes. I can fucking install it on as many fucking computers as I want, and nobody fucking tells me what I can and can't do.
Nope.
You know, it's just like that kind of Adobe. They kind of remind me they have too much of that control, like Mac. It's just like fuck you.
Yep.
If I'm gonna be paying the god awful price.
That's all DRM, dude, digital rights management.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
did you, okay, we'll like start to end on this note. DRM for hardware. Have you heard of this? Where you can have a mouse, but you have to register that mouse online to where your computer is the only computer that can use that mouse. That's fucking retarded. DRM for software is one thing, but DRM for hardware is
That's
just like,
messed
what
up.
the how are you going to remake that mouse? How are you going to copy that exact model of that mouse and distribute it to somebody else for a sale, for a profit?
What they by doing that, I think what they're getting at, they just don't want you to get rid of that mouse. They would rather have you throw it away than give it to your buddy.
Exactly.
And when that's
Bastards.
It's like, what the fuck? You know, it's like I was already kind of pissed when you had to like start like. I remember the first game I ever got on PC where it told me I could only use it so many times was when I got the expansion pack to Red Alert 3, the Uprising one. It was like, oh, you can only put this on 4 or 5, and if you want to put it on more, you have to deactivate a version. And I was like, the fuck? And right at first I already was like, well, I'm going to put it on both my computers and my other friend's computers, so there's 3. But it's just like, really? Like, I mean, now don't get me wrong, for a video game, 4 is quite a bit. When it's like an editing software, like, are you fucking serious? Like, I need that on multiple computers, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just that to me, it's just one of those ones. Like I feel like if I buy it, like let me do whatever I want. I mean, as long as I'm not like really like handing it off to the world.
Yeah.
Who cares if I'm handing it off to my buddy?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, dude. I mean,
Because most likely your buddy's not gonna fucking buy it anyways.
it's like for anything you buy on PSN, dude. It's like you can like activate it on up to 5 PS3s, but it's like you know, it's like if you download a game and like let's say you know for whatever reason you want to transfer it to your PSP, boom, that's one activation right there. And then if you want to transfer, but like I mean, whatever you are already activated on doesn't count as reactivation. So I mean that's kind of cool. So it's like. I mean, granted, unless you're living in the same household, you could, you know, get a map pack for, say, Call of Duty, and then, you know, give it to me or something if we lived in the same house or whatever, and that would technically be legal.
Huh. Yeah, it's like, there's a point where it's like, you know, there's something kind of cheap, like, downloads. Like, if you're paying $5, who cares if you only have one? That's fine with that. It's when you're paying, like, $800, it's just like,
Well, yeah.
It's like, and it's, the thing, too, it's like, I always can't figure out with, like, those companies, it's like, don't be fucking over the person who's giving you the $800, because that person clearly isn't going to be fucking pirating it.
Yeah.
That's not the one you got to worry about. You shouldn't punish those who pay.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's just bothering me. It's like if somebody's paying you, you fucking give them all they want. You know what I mean? You make sure the customer service is the best.
Yeah.
Put that fucking effort that you're trying to put into that guy into the people pirating if you've got a problem with that. I don't know. Weird things like that.
I think Kim just came on.
I know. I was thinking that
Pretty
too.
sure I just heard her.
Well, one more thing. Speaking of, since you got that Foxhound T-shirt, did you hear about the Metal Gear Solid movie I had plans going on? Sony and Hideo Kojima.
I'm okay with it if they go
yeah.
straight CG.
I
No fucking live action. They do
Dude,
not need live action.
if they do it live action,
David Hayter better be the fucking main
Dude,
character.
David Hayter,
let me tell you something.
he already looks like Snake. You know what I mean? Just fucking have him work out a bit, and next thing you know, he'll be your perfect Snake.
Dude, I
Kiefer
mean,
Sutherland,
like,
if he ends up being the first, they're always so fucking
dude,
mad.
there's no way Kiefer Sutherland could pull it off, dude. But like, dude, if they did do a live action, dude, they just better find like, I mean, I'm all for it, whether it's CG or live action, dude. But they just better find a good fucking actor to play fucking Snake. They better find the most perfect fucking dude to play fucking Snake.
What's up?
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. I would like to see it be live action more than CG. Even though was those Resident Evil movies, the CG ones, were those by Sony?
Dude, I don't know.
I can't remember who produced
I
those.
don't know, like you're talking like
Degeneration and
that was such a good fucking movie, dude.
and then the second one wasn't that great. Did you see the second one? It was I can't remember what it was called. It came out right when Resident Evil 6 came out.
For CG, dude, Degeneration was so fucking good, dude. For like a CG based different story kind of movie, you know, an offshoot, dude. It was fucking
I can't remember if that's Sony, then that might make it CG. But I think it's supposed to be live action. I'm just glad Hideo Kojima's in it. That's the key thing. You know what I mean? As long as he's involved, I feel I'm okay with whatever goes on. And then I'll say this, I'm glad it's Sony, even though I know Sony's it could be Sony of America, but at least Sony's originally a Japanese company. I would rather see a Japanese company have the rights, because an American company could just go like...
Dude, they're all Japanese, dude. Whether they're chilling here in America, chilling in Japan, dude. They're all Japanese.
Well, because the American company could, because a lot of times American company could look at this and go like, well, it's Japanese, so it must not be that good. I'm going to rewrite the script myself.
Now, what'll scare me about the Metal Gear movie coming out is if Hideo Kojima does not have anything to do with it. If he backs out at any point, that's where I'm gonna stop giving a shit about that movie.
Well, you never know. I mean, if you have the right fan in the reins, that's all you need. But I just have that fear, because a lot of things about a lot of movies is these guys, you get, and a lot of times with European directors and stuff, they get a hold of these movies and then they start getting their own fucking ideas, and it's like, that's not your property.
Yep.
You don't fucking write. If you want to write your own script, you go write your own movie, but don't fucking take somebody's material and think you got a better idea, because you don't.
Yeah.
Have they released like what kind of storyline it's
No,
gonna be?
They just announced the director.
I know, dude. It's all fresh, dude. They don't even know. Like, it might not even go. Dude.
Yeah,
It's
because
so
we were supposed to have a
many
Halo movie, and then we got
Which is still...
yeah, then we got what's that movie? District 9.
Yeah.
Again, let's make movies based off the games.
Yeah,
it would be
just
amazing.
straight like it's just like a comic book. It's like if you just take the story of this comic and turn it into a movie, you'll have a 4 out of 4 movie. If you just take the story that's in a video game and just translate it into a movie, you'll have a 4 out of 4 movie.
You know what's a really good fucking movie that I really fucking liked, even though it did not follow the video game in any way, shape, or form, was fucking Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg, dude.
Oh, that one?
Really good fucking movie, dude. I really fucking liked it.
I didn't think it was amazing, but
If you like, you know, just think, oh, this isn't like based off the video game at all. It's just a guy named Max Payne.
Yeah. That's the relationship of it.
But I thought it was alright.
But yeah, Metal Gear movie. Hopefully we get something out of that at least. I don't know.
Dude, I don't care, like I said, I don't care if it's CG or live action.
You know, I'll just take whatever they give us. Hopefully it's good.
Find suiting actors and actresses, dude. That's all I gotta say.
But till then, make sure you check out oldmanorange.com. And I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm RJ.
And Cameron.
We will see you some other time. Thanks for listening to the Old Man Orange podcast. Check out our website at oldmanorange.com for even more podcasts, cartoons, videos, music, and more. Send us an email at oldmanorangepodcast@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe, share, rate, and review us on iTunes, Podomatic, or any of the other fine sites we might be located on. And if you want to help out even more, click on the Amazon or GameStop links on our webpage before you make any purchases there. It won't cost you a penny, but it sends us a little something our way. Thanks again, and tune in next week for more Old Man Orange Podcast.